You already know what time it is, man. The young goat in the building. Make sure you tune in to True Hill Heat Podcast.
Oye, te habla tío Sabio Vega. This is Sabio Vega and you watching True Hill Hit a mi manera o pa' la calle.
What's up, True Hill Heat? True Hill Heat.
What's up? True Hill Hit.
All right, hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast poor, you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat Podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat, YouTube, Facebook, and Romeo's Twitter for AEWramble, episode 180, Assassin versus God, reviewing last night's January 8th, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by the man of 56,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling, and of course, his amazing collection of Yankee fitteds. He is Jimmy Macram. How are you doing?
Hello, ladies and gents. How the hell are you?
Is everything all right? You did sound a little bit funny there. You did sound.
I want to check my volume. Double check.
But yes, it was a busy week in professional wrestling this week for sure. A whirlwind with WWE Raw going to Netflix, AEW continuing their voyage on Max the second week for them. You also had WWE with their New Year's Evil event for NXT on Tuesday, featuring The Rock, almost 1 million viewers for that one. So yes, it's a hot time to be talking about professional wrestling. We appreciate y'all. If you are joining us live, appreciate y'all. If you're watching us on demand, show your appreciation, Mac. The simplest way possible is just by dropping the thumbs up on this video. You can share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys. We'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel and AEWramble, you could do that with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. We already got in the chat with us today Eric Isaacs, who says, "Hey THH fam, welcome back Kenny Omega, Hobbs versus Mox next week, and with Cope and Christian watching. RIP House of Black, and prayers up to the people of California." Yes, we want to show our support. Our prayers are to everyone in California. A very trying week. A lot of people losing homes and stuff like that. Never like to see anything like that. So our prayers out to California, those in California affected by that. We also got Power Driver Finisher who says, "Sup, y'all. Rock has me pissed since Monday, so I'm going to be extra negative today, maybe." We don't have any Super Chat donations yet, so I want to stop on this comment here because Jimmy Macram, this is your first time on camera on the channel since Raw on Netflix. What did you think about WWE's first night on Netflix this past month?
I'm trying to be too negative. I don't want to be that guy. I just saw the raw number, by the way. Good lord.
They did amazing.
That's a silly number. Holy shit. I didn't expect that at all. But
I did.
When was this?
It's Netflix.
So what? What did you expect? Whatever fucking number that was. 3.5.
Almost 5 million?
Yeah. What? Oh, that's what you thought? I gotta see a record there. I need to see a record.
Okay.
What did I say? All right, Netflix. Raw. It is quiet? That's what I thought. Hold on. Usually have it low in case I start yelling. Which I might get to by the end of this. Listen, as far as the Raw show on Netflix, as a regular wrestling watcher, I won't call myself a fan because they're gross, but as a regular wrestling watcher, I understand the show wasn't for me. It's number one, and good lord, they didn't even try to make the show for me. So I did not like it. I did not like it even a little bit. As for the casual wrestling fans, I'm not sure if they even exist anymore, but let's say they do. I don't understand.
Apparently they do.
I don't understand how the show is for them. Listen, this felt, I don't want to be rude. This just felt like the most, I don't want to call it insecure because it's hard for a show to be insecure. It's not a living thing. But that's what it felt like. It felt like we were afraid of you to even turn away for half a second. So we're just going to throw a whole bunch of fucking stars on there and pray to God you don't change the fucking channel. Here comes Triple H. Here comes The Rock. Here comes Roman. Here comes Cena. Here comes Rhea. Here comes Undertaker. Here comes Drew. Here comes fucking Travis Scott. Here comes Hogan. Here comes Punk. Please don't change the channel. But I'm not going to give you anything to actually watch. No disrespect. It was nice. But good lord, did they not try to do fucking anything. I hated that fucking show.
Romeo thought I was bad on Tuesday. He thought I was bad. I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed watching that show. It was not for people that regularly watch wrestling. I get that. But like, I agree with you because I asked my friend who doesn't really usually watch WWE or hasn't watched it in a decade, and he told me that he thought the show sucked and that he didn't believe that people were telling him that it was so much better now. He was like, it felt like the last time he watched a show, like that type of show. It would be that same way a decade ago.
Yeah, it felt like booking via, I don't want to say Vince, that's strong and I like, but
I mean, I said it on Tuesday. I said it felt like a 2010s era Vince McMahon anniversary type of Raw.
they spent 3 hours telling us how cool they are instead of just showing us. Triple H comes out, he blows the fans for 10 minutes. Then The Rock comes out, he blows the executives for 10 minutes. Then what are we doing? What is this? Why are you just telling me how awesome this is? That's so weird. Tony Schiavone at show. Just get to the shit. Just show me why you're good instead of telling me that you're good. It's so annoying. I'm sorry. Where was the Punk and Seth promo? Where was Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker destroying some shit? Where was The Rock fucking up somebody in the rain? Where was something that makes me interested to watch this next week instead of, I mean, Punk and Seth did their job, but everybody else, no disrespect. Like I said,
the only hook you had to keep watching was Cena.
And even then, I gotta wait till the Rumble. I'm gonna pass. If you don't mind.
And then they gave you the Roman's coming back, guys, in 3 weeks.
And yeah, The Rock was the worst. Well, I guess Hogan would be the worst of the bunch. But good lord,
yeah,
what's The Rock doing?
I mean, to be fair to Hogan,
no, I don't want to be fair to
no, never mind. But
then he comes out the next day and then tries to sell me some horse shit. No. You're not fooling me. You ain't fooling everybody else. You're not fooling me.
Exactly. Yo, I saw people. Yeah, like this is my issue is not the fan. My issue is not the fans. It's because, I find myself as a member of wrestling media now that I get more annoyed by wrestling media that get convinced by the propaganda that is The Rock, or think they know that The Rock is like I like when Romeo says stuff like Jimmy Macram, sit back and enjoy the ride. The Rock is taking you. We know Romeo. You've had Romeo on this channel for years. There's a hint of sarcasm there, and he doesn't actually believe this stuff. There are people in wrestling media that actually believe that no. The Rock is working us. He's just working you guys. He's got a plan in mind. Don't worry. And when I see it from wrestling media, I'm actually disgusted because I'm just like, how are you? How did you get this far into this realm of a profession to believe someone like The Rock after all the reports, all the stuff that we've learned about him backstage and everything else? How do you believe how do you believe that? How do you watch that segment on Monday and not realize it was for people that have been watching wrestling for longer than 5 years? I think for most of us, we realized after that segment was done, this was The Rock saying, "Hey guys, I'm not gonna be here for WrestleMania, so I'm just gonna kill the main feud that everybody wanted me to be in at this year's WrestleMania." And wait till the first match. Let me preview the first matchup because that's gonna be important. Because after that matchup, I'm gonna have y'all on the edge of y'all seat. Y'all gonna think something's gonna happen. And then I'm going to nuke that other one that I was going to do at WrestleMania 40. I was so like, it literally, you were my venting. Like I was like trying to get my kids to sleep with my missus. We're watching something else. And it like hit me and I had to message you. I was like, I can't believe what The Rock did tonight. Like, it was like, wasn't it like after midnight? I messaged you like after midnight. Like, it was like 12:30, nearly 1. And I was like, it was like coming down on me. It was coming down on me because it didn't hit me in the moment because I was on a watch along, but I'm on a watch along where you want to react, but I'm also going to be doing the review. So I don't want to say a lot of my thoughts, but I was just like, what was this? What was that? That was not the final boss. That was not The Rock. This was legit. It was 2010's Dwayne Johnson visiting WWE.
Oh, that shit hurt. I rewatched some Rock stuff from last year recently. Oh, good lord, that shit is so good. Of course, I hate his guts. But yeah, he was in executive mode. I was just like, oh my god, that stinks. I really have no interest in seeing The Rock like this ever. Sorry.
I'm hoping that it did work for a lot of casual fans, because I think that the number was great. So, but I do find it funny because I don't even have to look on social media, and I know the people that loved the episode on Monday are using the number to vindicate that other people loved it. And I'm like, I literally had to. I was shutting it down when the fake number came out yesterday. I was like, the number does not dictate who loved and hated the show. That's just who watched the show. Like that's just who watched the show, who opened up the app and watched the show. That does not dictate if people loved it or hated it. That means that WWE did a fantastic job of promoting the show. That's all that means.
I think next week it's a much more telling number. My guess would be they don't do half that. But we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, I don't care if they did 20 million people. Show stunk. Sorry. That should change my opinion even a little bit.
The craziest part is if this company is hottest that has been since Attitude Era, not on the back of nostalgia. For the first time in 2 decades, it wasn't on the back of nostalgia. It was on the back of your current stars. And let me tell you, the stuff I liked on this show, it was the current stars. So what the fuck are these guys doing here?
I don't even understand. I don't even like that. I like, you know what? As bad as all of it was, and again, I'm saying it's bad. I hated the show, but I don't think the show was bad, if I'm being clear.
I give it a 6.5. It was a thumbs in the middle show.
I went 5.5. It's fine.
Yeah.
I get what they're going for. I hated it, but it wasn't bad.
Because I did not grade it on a wrestling show scale. I graded it as a wrestling infomercial, because that's what it was. It was a wrestling infomercial. And as that, it wasn't even a thumbs up. It was a thumbs in the middle.
So weird.
It's
such a weird choice.
It's a very divisive show. The way they laid it out, the way they presented it, it's very divisive. I don't
understand it. I don't understand the goal of it. Outside of please don't change the channel. Here's Triple H. Here's The Rock. Here are all these people who are not going to wrestle anytime, either ever or in the near future. What do you give a fuck? It's so weird. Here comes The Undertaker, giving the push to this young upstart from WWEID, Rhea Ripley. What are we talking about? Well, I don't understand this logic. What a moment. What a beautiful moment.
What a beautiful moment.
Get Rhea that push she finally needs to be a what? It's Rhea Ripley. What are we talking about?
She took pictures. It's a moment she'll never
a moment she'll never forget.
Oh my god. I was like, are we talking about the same Rhea Ripley? Are we talking about Rhea Ripley in 2017? And
seriously,
2025?
When Taylor did that thing with Mello, I thought it was goofy. But I get it. It's NXT. He gets to stand next to the Undertaker or whatever.
And it was him stepping up to the badass of NXT. I didn't like him getting the upper hand on Braun, but he did raise Mello hand in the end. So that kind of worked. It kind of worked. This did not.
He's the biggest star with tits ever, maybe, at this point. It's silly.
You know how I said it on our Rated Raw review. I'll say it to you here. You know how I said they could have fixed this? Is one, don't have Taker just ride past her. Like that initially pissed me off. They he came back to her. They had the moment. Hey, that's cool. That's great. But you should have had him stop the bike, stop to Rhea, acknowledge that you are interrupting her moment, winning back the title that she chased for all these months. You're taking her moment from her. Stop to her, give her the fist bump that she's the new badass, and then Rhea does like this, like, go ahead, do your little ride around, have your moment, dead man. So it's basically Rhea is dictating this moment. And then they could do the little raising of the hands pose shit. I don't need it at all, but there's a way to do this that does not come across. It just felt like Taker was taking her moment. He was grandstanding her moment. That's what it felt like to me.
I had a better idea. Taker does the fist bump, then he drives his motorcycle. Then he crashes halfway down the ramp. Then Rhea picks up the motorcycle and fucking beats him to death with it. Because who gives a fuck? What the fuck? That'll put her over. She just murdered the Undertaker. You're welcome. I'm here to help.
Alexander says, I can't believe I agreed with Bully Ray, but The Rock big broed Cody again. Cody was not presented as the face of the company. And Cody nor Gunther were presented as the world champions on this show.
You guys want some shocking news?
Jimmy was right.
They're not.
When I saw this segment, I was like, "Oh man, Thursday." I know Jimmy's. He was like, "Yo, Dwayne bailed on this shit. He completely nuked that shit. All that shit on NXT. You guys were upset when I was mean to Cody. Now you're upset when I'm feeling to Cody. That's not why we were upset. What are you talking about? We were upset. We weren't upset that you were mean to Cody. We're upset that you took Cody's spot, that you pushed him out the way. That's what we were upset about. And no, we weren't upset that you weren't friendly with Cody. It was that you nuked the WrestleMania program."
That's what I'm really mad about. You guys predicting Rock and Cody. Oh, yeah. What'd I tell you? Once The Rock comes down from his final boss high, and he stops and takes a good look at what the fuck's going on, he's going to go, why the fuck would I do this? What the fuck would I wrestle this guy for? Absolutely not. I'll fight Roman at WrestleMania 43 or 4 or whenever if I come around to see you bums again. Whenever I come around and need a paycheck, I'll wrestle Roman. Cody Rhodes. Child, please. Get out of here.
Child, please.
He's been carrying the company for a year. I was like, what the fuck's talking about? Then it was this tiny guy in the crowd. Oh, it's Cody. Oh, okay. All right.
I thought he was going to say Triple H.
I'm sorry. That's nice. It's weird.
He's been carrying the company. Tell Mama Rose I said hi.
A wink, wink. I'm sorry. The Rock is Dwayne. It's just so bothersome. Ugh.
Any thoughts on Hogan?
I'm tired of people telling me how sad they feel for Jimmy Hart. Fucking best friend Hulk Hogan. Leave me alone.
Exactly. Like how you mad? How you mad? You at your best friend who's a KKK member's house, Jesus. and the black people come and burn your house down. Are you mad?
I mean, and to be fair, he wouldn't be out there if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan. So, like, I don't know what to tell you. Better take it and enjoy it.
He's been riding the coattails of Hulk Hogan for the better part of 30 years. Like,
you're welcome. Can't take the good with the bad. Can't make millions of dollars and complain when you get booed. Out here, beat it.
Yep. What a week! What a week in wrestling! What a week! But I do find it hilarious that the main talking point from the show was Hogan.
Somebody said this is Triple H's payback for Backlash 2002. That makes the most sense to me. I ain't gonna hold you.
It does. It does.
Go out there, it'll be great. Go get him, brother. Go get him, brother. You know we need you. We couldn't do this without you.
We're paying tribute to you, brother.
In California. How many fucking Mexicans out there? Good Lord. Went out there. It's like when Tommy walked in that room with Goodfellas. Poor Hogan. Oh. Set up.
Christopher K said, I thought that was a Triple H reference. Then there was Cody. Haha. Yes.
Cody looks so uncomfortable when he's not the main focus. He's like, Cody Rhodes. Ooh, poor bastard.
And I also got the message from like the Tribal Combat and that whole shit with The Rock that Roman's the number one guy. Like that was pretty clear from everything. Like Cody interfered in Roman's match.
And it was like not even like he stuck around. Beat it. Come in, throw a couple punches, and then get the fuck out. While Roman has his moment. Not gonna pretend, huh? Fair enough.
Not even gonna pretend. Ah man, what a mess. What a mess. I mean, before we get into Dynamite, anything else wrestling or outside of wrestling related you want to bring up or talk about?
Oh, did you guys? I'm not sure how many of you are sports fans. Did you guys see First Take? Did you guys see the great Chris Russo, Mad Dog Russo, shit all over Tony Khan, his goofy ass dad for being terrible?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
He must be one.
13 years. 13 years.
I love
he's
him.
got one time. He's got 10 wins. One time, and then he's got the kid. He's got the kid. He's got the kid.
I love Russo. I've watched him for fucking 20 years. He's fucking fantastic. He used to be on The Fan in New York, and he's fucking fantastic.
Mike and Mad Dog.
Yeah, absolutely. He's watching on the Yes Network. My favorite time after school. Yeah, it's ass.
Yeah, I used to listen to that. Fox Sports used to be my thing when I was like in high school. When we were in high school, Fox Sports with like Max Kellerman on over there. I remember, and then Stephen A. We used to be on Fox Sports back then.
But yeah, Tony's an idiot. He's been an idiot, as is his dad. I've been trying to tell y'all. You're gonna listen once at some point. You guys are gonna have to fucking listen to somebody. How far outside of wrestling do you have to get for you to listen? Not me, not Bischoff and them, and then further out, not me, and then further out, not fucking ESPN. How far out do you have to go from wrestling people telling you he's an idiot for you guys go, you know what, maybe he's an idiot. All right, whatever. We'll see. We'll get there eventually.
Eventually, right? Eventually. We also got Alexander who asked, laugh my fucking ass off. Did you see that Pat McAfee roasting Hogan, Jimmy?
I did not.
Oh yeah, that was pretty funny. He had one of his friends dress up as Hogan and have a press conference and say that, I'm going to take on all the superstars in the WWE. Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, Big E, The Godfather.
You know what? I was kind of joking about the Triple H hit job. This might actually be a hit job.
If McAfee's in on it, like,
right? What the fuck? All right. Jesus.
I can't believe the fucking, like, you had the CNN anchorman, and then there's a bunch of like old time wrestling managers or old wrestlers that I have on Twitter that's like they're just going through all the theories. They're like Brian Windhorst. They're like, there's something. They're like, I gotta ask you guys a question. Do you agree with Hulk Hogan getting booed? And then the CNN anchorman's like, you know what Hogan has to do? He has to accept the booze. He has to take off the red and yellow. He has to be a heel again.
Oh my God. And do what? What are you talking about? He's not going to be here for another year and a half. What is this conversation about? Or he can just go away. He had a time as the
or he can do that.
Ever.
Or he can do that. He can just go away.
What the fuck? He's the biggest star ever. Like, what do you want from me? You had your time. It's over. It's done. Let's move on.
Like, God damn it, Hogan. You're making me look really bad for making you number 2 on my list.
Who was number 1? Austin?
Yeah.
I'm mad to take.
We got Powder Finisher says, think about what he did for wrestling. Yeah, they choosingly forget to mention killing WCW and stopping the union. And only until Trump won does he grow a pair and admit he stopped the union.
I mean, listen.
Well, it was also because of the documentary, the Mr. McMahon documentary. The Mr. McMahon documentary. He didn't grow a pair to admit that he stopped the union. Vince snitched on him. Vince admitted
it. He did ruin TNA, that's true.
Yeah.
Listen, nobody's taking away his I guess we are taking away his legacy. But
I think we are.
I mean, listen, he's the most important star in wrestling history with relative ease. I'm not sure it's particularly fucking close. And listen, that happened. So let's move on. That happened. The big star of the 80s helped fucking revolutionize wrestling in the 90s. That happened. And that's done.
No, we can move on. We can all move on. It's 2025. Let's all move on. We got Uh, we got Alex Powell in the chat. He says Hogan knows best, and we also got Big Man Does says you're not Hogan anymore. You're just Terry now.
Yeah. We shouldn't see Hogan anymore, except in like clips. Him lifting Andre in front of, I don't know how many people he said last time, 2 million people in the Astrodome. I don't fucking many people think in that fucking building. Whatever.
No, Belle. I know this was probably supposed to be sarcastic. She said, "This is how you know it was a great episode of Dynamite." If this is your first time watching AEWramble, we usually spend 30 minutes on not the episode, regardless of the quality.
She's been here.
I know she has. I'm being sarcastic back by saying if this is your first time here, like, no, this has nothing to do with the quality of the show. It's just how bad Raw was. But let's get into AEW Dynamite, which last night was from Clarksville, Tennessee. What did you think about the crowd last night in Clarksville?
Good crowd. I think they sold out. Well, not sold out. You know what I mean. They had 2,500 tickets available. They sold 2,500 tickets, I think. And a 6,000 person building. It's fucking more reasonable. I fucking appreciate it. Yeah, they did their best. Good job.
Yeah, I like the crowd. Didn't love the crowd, but I like the crowd. That's if you can understand. But this was, I like the intro to last week. Like I said, them running down the card. But I think I like this start to this show a lot better because they only run down one thing and they made it seem like it's the most important thing on the night. It's like, tonight, Kenny Omega returned. And they set the tone on them building Kenny Omega's return as the biggest thing to remember on the show throughout the night, which I want to give them credit for. And I want to give extra credit if we're talking about the commentary team, because it was Excalibur on commentary with Daddy Magic, Matt Menard, and Ian Riccaboni. Ian Riccaboni, how is he the best play-by-play guy in this damn company, and he's not even full-time?
Okay, real quick question. What happened to Taz and Tony? I didn't see this. What happened? Is there a reason they're not here?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Yeah.
What happened to Taz and Tony? Why are they not here?
Oh, from what was reported on Wrestling Observer Radio was that Tony had a family situation. It had not. I don't know if we should. I don't know how much you know about the New Japan stuff that happened this week.
I do not.
Okay, so you didn't watch Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd?
I did not.
You should.
See you guys.
Because then you'll understand also this story as well, and also it's the match. It's set the bar for the match of the year. But from it during the matchup, so the build to the matchup was basically about Gabe Kidd saying that basically Kenny Omega is a fucking dad. A dad that left New Japan and is coming back after getting cigarettes, being gone for a couple of years, and trying to come back into his home, the place that he, and then he's talking about how AEW has been taking from New Japan Pro Wrestling. But Gabe Kidd is a character. He's a heel. It's established. Gabe Kidd says fuck all the people from AEW, including Tony Khan. But during the matchup, the commentary team, including Chris Charlton of New Japan Pro Wrestling, was trying to basically get across that story, but he kind of went into kind of shoot mode, and he was like, the wrestling industry would be better if you didn't have these money marks like Tony Khan who come and take Kazuchika Okada, who come and take Jay White, who come and take Will Ospreay. And what the hell have they done since then?
Oh shit!
And he says this as he's on the commentary team with Walker Stewart, who's the New Japan play-by-play guy, and Rocky Romero, who's an executive in the office for New Japan Pro Wrestling, but also in the office in management for AEW. So
not conflict at all. No.
So he was kind of getting quiet after that. Walker Stewart let us know, basically, without letting us know that was a shoot, because he literally says, after Chris says that, he's like, all right, fellas, because Chris says this as he's talking over Rocky. Like, literally, like, he's trying to get this whole diatribe out, even though Rocky, like, once he says the money mark thing, you can hear Rocky try to cut in and, like, stop him, but he had to get it out. He gets emotional, and he talks over Rocky when he's saying it. So then Walker says, all right, fellas, let's put our guns away, basically saying they were shooting. And then the next day on New Year's Dash, Chris Charlton was not there on commentary. Walker did commentary on his own, and then it was revealed that the New Japan office did not like what he said, and they gave him a 2-month suspension.
Why don't you just bend over? Good Lord, this is so gross. I mean, fair enough. I'm not a fan. So that's why Shivani's not there?
People, I was saying that story because people thought that Shivani was connected to this because Shivani put out a tweet and was like, hey, tagged Chris Charlton and was like, fuck you. And also, by the way, anyone who's been next to you knows that you need to take a shower.
First of all, who's Shivani?
And then he deleted the tweet. So people thought that tweet had something to do with his absence.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I say that to say this. I hope his family situation works out, but I really enjoyed him not being there. A lot. This, to me, up to the last 2 minutes of the show, this was perfect. We had no Shivani, we had no Taz, we had no Orange Cassidy, we had no Chris Jericho, we had no Mercedes. You don't understand how much I love the show. You don't really understand. Like the exact opposite feeling about Raw. You don't understand. I love this fucking show. And there was no Kyle Fletcher up until a certain point. But I love the show.
That's what the last 2 minutes.
Oh man. You know
Ian, can I just say, like Ian, especially during the Casino Gauntlet, oh my God, he was balling. He was hooping. This nigga was tying everything together. When he gets you hype off of a fucking Wheeler Yuta Daniel Garcia face off because he knows the background and everything. And it's not like Excalibur of like, I'm just telling you stuff because it's information I know. And it's like Ian says it like he's the most enthusiastic fan out there.
Yes.
That's what makes him a great commentator.
He was really fucking good. This was great all
and he even made Daddy Magic better to me on this show.
Might be something to that. What's the NJPW announcer's name again? Chris something?
Chris Charlton.
Free Chris Charlton. The fuck? Is he wrong? Did he lie? Free Chris Charlton.
Yeah, because Tony Khan actually does make money off of wrestling.
You say so. How much money has he spent on this fucking place? Has he hit zero yet? He spent God knows how many. Right. Sorry.
Money Mark does not make any money from wrestling.
Again, we don't know if he does or not.
We do know he's running a business. He does make money. He's
that's not how if you spent $400 to build a casino. The second somebody puts a quarter in and you made a quarter, you are not no longer money mark. You're just now in the hole less than a quarter. Sorry. Free Chris, what's his name? Charlton.
I knew you would be on his side. That's why I told you.
As you should be. This is my job. I don't work for them. The fuck?
We got a super chat donation here from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will, for the support. We appreciate you.
Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now. Oh my God, Shivani. What the hell is wrong with you?
See what TK is doing. I'm going to put the tag titles on Bobby Lashley so I don't have to book him versus Mox. LOL, you not slick.
I have a question. We'll get to it. I suppose we'll get to it. But yeah, I as much as I like the direction, it's definitely not the most interesting direction of Bobby Lashley, even a fucking little bit. Even a little bit.
See, this is correct terminology to me. He's a mark with money, not a money mark. Totally different.
Well, I'm glad if you agree with Big Man Dogs.
Of course.
Clearly, it's not being sarcastic anymore.
No, he's being very serious. King Potato says Excalibur was choking and tripping all over his words last night. It was very unprofessional. Even MVP clowned on him for it when he joined them on commentary. Laughed my ass off. He was nervous because he knows his job's on the line. He's next to a competent play-by-play commentator.
He can hear the difference when he talks and fucking Ian talks. One of them sounds like a fucking person. The other one sounds like a robot reading a script. Lord. I hate him so much.
Power Driver Finisher says Excalibur was just doing him and struggling to call the moves. Ian's amazing. Yo, it was hilarious. I think it was like one moment during the Casino Gauntlet, someone's like hitting big moves, and Ian just smoothly going from move to move, and then Excalibur just chimes in like, "Oh yeah, hit him with that suplex."
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Hope you
I
keep
was
it
like,
out there.
why are you here? Why are you here? I was like, is Tony listening? Is Tony listening?
Oh.
You just had your play-by-play guy get outclassed by the guy who's sitting on the bench.
So good. He's so good. I'm so
Oh
annoyed.
my god.
Here we go next week.
Exactly. That's why I'm like laughing hysterically, because I'm like, I have to deal with this shit now. We got another super chat donation here from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will, coming through for us. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
He says the Rock promo was like, I'm not working Mania. Sorry, guys. And him on NXT, maybe being drunk. Maybe being drunk. Pop me. And here he's there. And Roman like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, Rock was drunk. Did you see how many times he cursed? Or did you hear how many times he cursed?
I saw the Rock's promo. First of all, you know how much somebody the size and with the pharmacological makeup of the Rock, you know how much that motherfucker has to drink to get drunk? Good Lord. I can't imagine how much Rock drank. He's drinking all day. But
he's like, my daughter's driving me home. I'm drinking this whole time.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. Definitely the most entertaining what the Rock was over the last 2 days.
Yo, I was like, he's so much better here. The backstage segment with Ethan Page, that's how a legend is supposed to give someone current a rub, Taker. That's how it's done. Because he didn't punk out or overshadow Ethan. He said, I'll see you on the main roster. He was like, if you want to be good with me, you better be good with her. He put over Ava in the end, and then just him being cute at the end with the sweet cheeks. That just popped.
Right? It was like, oh, there he is. Where you been? Where you been the last day and a half?
I was like, where was he? I was like, how did he show up here? He didn't show up on Raw.
I mean, I gotta be honest. Once they showed me that what's his face was in the crowd, Ari and them, I was like, oh, good Lord, here we go. Here we go. This is not about us. This is about Netflix and fucking TKO and them. Good Lord. Yeah, Rock was fucking outrageous on that NXT. In both ways. I loved it.
He cursed so many times. Fuck, man.
It's the CW. What the fuck are you doing?
It wasn't Netflix. You should have seen that.
Oh, you know what? That's where I want to put it. That Netflix show felt like people who were, I don't say ashamed. Shame is not. But like,
I mean, they did fucking explain. This is fake, guys. This is fake.
That did not help. Like, yeah.
No.
You ever been with like a? I don't want to get you in trouble. I'll just speak from my own experience. You ever deal with a girl who is like above you, class wise, and you try to fucking be a little more watch your mouth and a little more whatever sophisticated. That's what it felt like the Raw version of. We got Netflix here, we got TKO here. This is a classy show. We're not doing any outrageous shit. We're not cursing. No violence. No sex. No nothing. No fucking Braun Breaker destroying some cocksucker. No nothing. This is classy wrestling. You're going to enjoy it. The stars are here. Have some respect. I'm not comparing Raw anymore. I'm done. No more comparing Raw. I'm good. I promise.
Final Big Man does Final Boss greater than drunk Dwayne, greater than Dwayne. Man, we just got Dwayne.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, Travis Scott was a really fun fucking show.
Oh yeah, he's smoking a blunt. Smoke that. He was supposed to before. He's like, wait till I finish this blunt. Damn.
You know where the fuck he was. All them whites confused the fuck out of him. Right?
I'm high, nigga. Jay says I didn't want to hit it. I wanted to hit it, but I didn't want to hit it.
Yeah. Good on you, Jay. And
Good
then
on
you got
you.
a paycheck.
But yeah, what I was trying to say before we went on totally a different aside, is that the intro to this show I like better than last week because I feel like this is how last week's show should have kicked off. Right to the action. Just show people why you are AEW, what's your focus of the show, and that's the in-ring storytelling. And we got that with the opening contest. Buddy Matthews going one-on-one with Will Ospreay. Ospreay came out to a good reaction. This is a first time ever meeting. Commentary puts over how Matthews wants revenge for Ospreay defeating Brody King in the Continental Classic. They also showed Matthews' last win at Full Gear in a 4-way. I like that they did that as well during the entrances, kind of get you up to speed if this is your first time watching AEW, especially if you're a Max subscriber. It's kind of give you up to date, being like, all right, this is the two guys. This is why they're fighting. Here we go. You get Matthews early on, showed the power advantage in the early going. Both trade finisher attempts and then high kicks as each avoided into a stalemate. We get hard chops are exchanged until a snap Hurricane Rana sends Matthews to the floor. Ospreay meets him with a slingshot crossbody. Back inside, Matthews sidesteps the springboard and kept Ospreay grounded until Ospreay got a head of steam, leading into both of them hitting a crossbody. We get an Oscutter on the floor onto puts him into the ring, and he hits another Oscutter. We also had the Pip Cheerio for a nice. Are you okay?
Dying.
For a nice little near fall. After the Oscutter on the floor, Matthews just got back in. Ospreay hits the coast-to-coast drop kick. Then he follows up with another Oscutter for a 2. He wants the hidden blade, but Matthews is able to duck. He hits a pop-up knee. He then connects with like a big strike, a pop-up knee, and then Ospreay no-sells it and hits a hidden blade for a near fall. We get Kawada kicks to the head, but Ospreay took too long to follow up as Matthews followed up with a combo. Ospreay responded with a wall rock into Guri, tried another Oscutter, but Matthews caught him with a reverse go to sleep to the back of the head. He then connects with a curb stomp and gets a near fall. We get Matthews tried a Rainmaker, but Ospreay floated over into a Styles Clash for another near fall. Ospreay measured Matthews. Matthews smiled on his face as Ospreay gave him a little round of applause before eating him up with another hidden blade right to the top of the dome. 1, 2, 3. Will Ospreay picks up the win. I felt like this was the perfect amount of time. It just went over 12 minutes. They packed a lot of action. AEW did a good choice. I don't know about y'all, but I didn't get any commercials for this entire match. I got to see the entire match in whole. It was a great action throughout. Hell of a way to kick off the show. Post-match, you get Ospreay getting on the mic. He puts over Buddy Murphy. He corrected himself and said Matthews. Ospreay admitted Matthews. He's been a fan of Matthews for a long time. He knows a lot of his friends in the UK. And he said, he and Brody King don't need to be following a leader. They can go about things for themselves. King and Matthews can go for the AEW tag team titles. Hell, they can win singles gold if they choose to. And if he ever needs someone by his side, Ospreay says, I'm your guy, buddy. A South Park reference with Pop Me. And then he shook hands with Buddy Matthews as the close here. So interesting stuff in the post-match. I really loved the match. I thought it was an awesome way to kick off the show. Buddy looked good, but I don't think Ospreay gave up too much. In the end, he beat him emphatically to show that he was the better of the two. So I like how this was laid out as well. And in the post-match, it made people kind of ask the question, or is it leading to Buddy and Brody leaving the House of Black? And then we got the report from Fightful Select after this that according to people within AEW, Malakai Black is finishing up with the company, if not has already finished up with the company. He did have option years on his deal, but apparently he's supposedly finishing up, and maybe this promo is alluding to Buddy and Brody going out on their own. So we shall see how that transpired. But What did you think about the matchup, the post-match, and the whole Malakai Black update of this all?
Post-match bothered me. Well, I like Ospreay. I like him talking. He comes across as condescending here, which is outrageous. Talking to Buddy like he's some guy. You understand I fuck Rhea Ripley? If you don't get the fuck out of my face, I beat you in all realms of life. Get out of my face. Don't even speak to me. Like you can do it. Please fuck off. The match I thought was good. Did he give up too much? I think so. I think Ospreay gives up too much all the time. But as far as on an Ospreay scale, I guess it wasn't too bad. I would prefer it won't Styles Clash.
I can understand that. I did think that I was like, yeah, he could probably win with this. It's Buddy Matthews. Like you could just win with the Styles Clash. I did like the little exchange on the apron. Because Buddy, you could tell the fans are slowly but surely starting to get behind him during his matches. So I like the little spot early on when they're on the apron and they're doing the little strikes. And then Buddy's big reversal is just basically throwing Ospreay off the apron into the table. And that got him heat. So I like that spot of the matchup.
I don't know about Malakai Black not being here anymore. I'll take it for granted salt. He's always like 4 or 5 times, so I got excited about Malakai Black leaving. I don't believe you. I gotta see it. I gotta see it to believe it.
Yeah. We got Christopher Kidd who agrees with you. He says I felt the condescension from Ospreay too. We got
what the fuck is this?
Big Man Dogs who said reminded me of when Javon spoke to Ethan Page.
Like, huh? Ew. So gross. I get what they're going for. It works if Ospreay's an old man, maybe.
Yeah. Annika says, Buddy just pushing Ospreay off the apron was hilarious. Yes, I laughed. I laughed at that spot. We got Power Driver Finisher says, did Malakai never want to be in House of Black? The group was badass, but after the trios, they went nowhere. They went downhill. Yeah.
I wouldn't put that on Malakai. That feels like a Malakai idea. What do you want? He got new toys. Got to play with them instead.
Mm-hmm.
Free Chris, what's his name?
Chris Charlton.
Thank you, sir.
King Potato says Ospreay talked to Buddy like he was an up-and-comer and told him he may have a future in singles gold if he tries hard enough. Laugh my ass off.
It's insane. You can do it. You can do it. Well, thank you. I'm gonna do it at you, sir.
I am aware. I am aware. We got Alexander. He says the real question is, what match would you book for Buddy at Grand Slam?
All right.
Give me Buddy Matthews versus Konosuke Takeshita.
Okay, Vince. Beat people in their hometown. Sure, I'm down.
Not all. Hey, we're gonna have a big homecoming for the women for the women's title. We can't have everybody. You know, we gotta be selective. You know how WWE did Clash of the Castle. You know, Drew didn't win, but you got Alba and Isla. Alba and Isla won. Piper didn't win, but Alba and Isla won.
This is the fucking inverse of that, where the bums win. Sure. This is how the bums lose. It's fucked up. No disrespect. I love you, buddy. I'm just saying. On this totem pole, you were the lowest on the totem pole. No disrespect.
Hey, if we could get a Jay White win and a Tony Storm win, I'm
Jay White winning what? Who's Jay White facing?
I don't think he's going for the world title.
Okay. Yeah, he made one.
Yeah, put him in there. Put him in there in a match that he can win.
Sure.
He would be on a little winning streak in singles competition, not 4 ways, but singles competition on pay-per-view with his 2 wings over Hangman. We got Alex Powell who says Buddy is older than Ospreay and Will talking like he's an up-and-comer is hilarious.
It's his first match. What the fuck is
they should beat his ass for that.
Yeah. That should be the move. Malakai should sign off another month just to beat Will's ass. Good Lord.
Annika says, let's call a spade a spade. It wasn't Black that kept Buddy down. I mean,
I think so.
No, it's not Black. But I do think that you could have explored different things if Buddy wasn't in the group.
Explore different things. Kind of what? Like what?
You're gonna explore different stories with him,
Different stories.
or
Where's
different
those
roles
coming
for him.
from? Different roles, certainly. Yeah, he could lose by himself instead of a group. Sure. Sorry. On what planet is Buddy Matthews getting pushed? Stop it.
Rob Herring Jr. says, I wish they would have dug more deeper into Ricochet's new character instead of putting him in the gauntlet. No, I think this was, I thought this was a nice follow-up to what he did last week. But I can agree, maybe sometimes in like you would want just like a backstage promo or a vignette to go over.
Oh, vignette would have worked. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I don't need
like with the video promo, you know how they do, where they flash back to last week and he talks over it, type of thing.
Yeah, play the fucking music, all dramatic and such. Gotcha. Yeah.
But I can't say that what they did do with it wasn't good though. That's all I gotta say. We get a video package of the AEW talent competing in Japan at Wrestle Dynasty, including the aforementioned incredible Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd matchup. We see Mercedes now has some more belts. She's 4 belts, Monet. We see Konosuke Takeshita is now 2 belts. Takeshita winning the Never Openweight Championship. He also signed a contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling following the event. So
legitimately?
He has 3 contracts. Yep. 3 contracts Takeshita.
This is insane. Takeshita has 3 contracts.
3 contracts.
Okay.
We might finally have the year we've been wanting for Takeshita, yo.
I'm not getting my hopes up, but I'm happy.
I also say it. The only reason I didn't message you this because I wanted to say it to your face because I know you don't like the person he was against, but oh my God, you want to see the best version of a Tomohiro Ishii match? Go out your way to watch that Takeshita Ishii match from the Tokyo Dome. That was fantastic. If it wasn't for Omega versus Kidd, that would have been the match of the weekend.
There's something hilarious about. Do you want to see the best version of an Ishii match? No.
If you want to see a great match with Takeshita, watch the Ishii.
Ishii versus Kurt Angle. Not interested. Sorry.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. This guy's ridiculous. Power Driver Finisher says Golden Goose Takeshita. Indeed. We got Power Driver Finisher says, I don't think Jimmy is going to be impressed. No, he's never impressed. He's never impressed.
That's not true. What's the last thing I was impressed by that you sent me? The Mercedes match with whatever her name was. Yeah, that was a great match. It's just that you're 50-50 with these things. Whatever.
I'm 50-50. I didn't tell you to go watch Ospreay versus Speedball.
Yeah, you certainly did. I saw your tweets about how great this match was. Everybody else, yada yada. That one, the pack match.
There's a difference between me tweeting about something and me saying, "Go ahead and watch this, Jimmy." I only go literally the only reason that I said Omega and Kidd because you're gonna love Omega and Kidd. I know you, and you loved Ospreay versus Omega 2 years ago. You're gonna love this.
What about the Mercedes promo you sent me? You're fucking blowing yourself. Good Lord. Oh God. Just 3 minutes her yapping.
I said that was our best promo. It's not a hard bar to pass.
Yawn. It was fine. Then of course she botched it at the end. Money chant. Thank you for ruining it right away. I appreciate you not letting it sit, being a real person for half a second.
Word, right, big man, dog. You right. I should have told him who he wrestled. Watch the Takeshita match for Wrestle Dynasty. King Potato says Wrestle Dynasty was godly, man, except for Tsuji versus Perry. Do not watch that match. Perry needs to be let go. Yeah, you have more people jumping on the Perry let go of Jack Perry bandwagon now.
I love that. I love this. Is what I'm gonna keep it together. I'm gonna turn my mic down, by the way, because I have my mic connected to something else. My headphones, I think. I'm gonna say this. Jack Perry's not changed. You all have fucking changed. He's been the same bum he's always been. Just that you all were sitting here pretending that it was good when it wasn't. Because you think it somehow, I don't know, validates him getting his ass kicked. It doesn't. He stunk then. He stinks now. I am sorry. They should hand him the TNT title. And then they should have him beat Darby. Have him wrestle one of Dragon's last fucking matches. He beat Dragon in that goddamn Anakin Arena match after he was fucking set on fire. Fuck you. We all wasted 6 months because of you bums, and I will never forgive you for it. You guys on top of my list now. I blame you, and I blame CM Punk. Everybody else, the rest of us are innocent. I blame you, and I blame CM Punk for having to deal with Jack Perry pretending he's good for 6 months. Good Lord. Fucking frantic world of y'all. Oh, the king of Chicago. Scapegoat. Yeah, and now what? Back to the bum he's always been.
Alexander says Perry just needs to go back to Jungle Boy again and give us the flips in the ring.
Billy Kidman, that's what I said. Billy Kidman. 8 minutes, good match, get the fuck out of here.
Cruiserweight title?
Cruiserweight title. Please and thank you.
He could get Tori Wilson, Anna Jay.
Hey! Enjoy life, sir.
Big Man Dog says Jack is a megastar. We need to let him cook.
Frantic World, CM Punk, Big Man Dogs, all to blame for this fucking nonsense. Here we go.
We got Alex who says Jack Perry versus Kyle Fletcher in a best of 7 is what we need now.
I couldn't imagine having to deal with this shit. Deal with how fucking people jerking this match off. Oh Lord.
Next up, we get the AEW World Tag Team Champions Private Party. Zay and Quinn come out with some ladies to celebrate their latest AEW World Tag Team title defense on Collision. The first defense ever on Max. He says, Zay says it's time to celebrate, but they were cut off by, we hurt people. We hurt people. We hurt people. The Hurt Syndicate are here. MVP gets on the mic and he says they like to party too. They stepped over the velvet rope and saying that he was the one who invented this type of party. He says, Velvet Rose VIP section, I made this. He says it's time that to raise a toast to Private Party on another successful title defense. And Bobby, I think Bobby has a toast himself. Bobby says, here's to the Hurt Syndicate, the next AEW World Tag Team Champion. MVP, Lashley, and Shelton pour out their drinks and make their way to the ring. I enjoyed this. I mean, you already failed with the Private Party title reign. You might as well just move on.
That's crazy. When did they win the belts?
October 30th.
Get the fuck out of here. It's been that long?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah, it's over. Put it on Lashley and them. I'm not mad at that. I liked the way it was done. I'm a little concerned about all these Negroes that Hurt Business keeps beating up. It seems to be the only thing. Whatever.
We hurt niggas. We hurt niggas. We hurt niggas. We hurt niggas.
What is going on? The Private Party is really good here. I mean, Isaiah Cassidy's always good. He just comes across like a real person. A real ridiculous person, but a real person.
He's got a, and I hate to say this because he's so new, but it's the same kind of charm to Isaiah that Javon Evans has, where it's just like, yes, you sound and look like every 20-year-old black dude. There's just there's a realism to that. Like how Zay talks, how Javon Evans talks is very much, yeah, you're younger than me. You're in your 20s. You're black. You're young.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. MVP's like, can we get a shot? And he's like, yeah, my bad, I got you.
My bad, got you. I got you.
I was like, yep, that's fucking perfect.
I need one too.
That's so good.
And I love the look. I love how they sold what the Hurt Syndicate when they went back to them and they looked all disappointed. Like, goddamn, they took
Yeah, that was right.
That was good. Next, and then that led naturally into our next contest. Bobby Lashley going one-on-one with Mark Briscoe. Lashley patted Briscoe on the head, disrespecting my dude. He held the ropes open, offering him a chance to leave, which just fired up Briscoe. He started letting off some chops, some strikes. Lashley caught a charge into multiple flatliners, suplex in the corner. Lashley immediately hit a spinning sit-out dominator for a near fall. Briscoe battled back with some redneck kung fu, but jumped off the top into the clutches of Lashley and launched him to the floor, where Lashley steamrolled him with a big old pounce. Back from break, Briscoe mounted another comeback, but that was cut off yet again by Lashley. He hits a big tackle that had Briscoe take a nasty back bump. That back bump was ridiculous. Briscoe just flat back, just threw himself back first into the floor. That was nasty. Lashley slowly went out after him, but didn't realize Briscoe was under the ring, where he pops him with the steel chair, unbeknownst to the referee. He then puts the steel chair in the ring. MVP on commentary is going absolutely ballistic. He is going off. He's like, that's a disqualification. What is the referee doing? He hits his big dive, springboard dive off the chair onto Lashley. He hits a corkscrew moonsault from the top to the outside. A shout out to Big Tom as Briscoe hits the Ishii sliding lariat. He then hits him with the froggy bow. One kick out. I was like, oh my God, that was great. That was great. When he gets out at one, I was just like, oh, this is great. I know this is over now. Briscoe couldn't believe it as Lashley dodged a couple of charging attacks. He hits him with a big boot. Briscoe runs at him again. Lashley dodges it, hit a big spear, massive spine buster, and then he finishes him off with the hurt lock. MVP leaves commentary as soon as he sees Lashley's going for it. He knows it's over. And the Hurt Syndicate pick up another victory. Lashley beats Mark Briscoe here. I thought this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this one. Just the little hope spots by Briscoe being cut off at the right time by Lashley. His comeback was so good, and then to finish it off with the froggy bow and the 1 count, and then you knew it was over and Lashley was going to take over. This is how you book a long form Lashley matchup. Like the way they booked the Swerve matchup at Full Gear in this one, this was really well done. Post-match, you get Benjamin and Lashley are beating up on Briscoe until the AEW World Tag Team Champions Private Party sprint out with steel chairs. They have a face-off. Love the Hurt Syndicate not backing down at all. MVP held them back and then told them to retreat. And Excalibur, I will give you a compliment, Excalibur, on this show. He says a great note and says the MVP doesn't believe in fighting this way. He doesn't believe in fighting unless there's money at stake. There's things on the line. There's titles on the line. So they're not going to fight right now. So it explained why MVP was pulling his boys away. So really enjoyed this. I enjoyed this way more than I thought I would. What did you think?
It was fun. I will say this. I don't like Lashley wrestling on Dynamite. I don't like Lashley wrestling Mark Briscoe in particular. But if we're going to do it, this is probably best case scenario. I thought the chair spot was really well done. And I like that it kind of took the match to a more even place. I really hope we're now done with Mark Briscoe as a single star on Dynamite. We gave it a shot. We had some fun. He had some fun matches. Continental Classic. We did all that. The Jericho stuff. We did all that. I hope we're done. Give it a shot. It's fun. But come on. Now. Back to our
So you can't wrestle on Dynamite?
If it happens like this all the time, I'm fine with it. But otherwise, we're talking about winning matches in fucking 15 minutes. ROH, please.
Collision?
Please and thank you.
Could you get on Collision?
Yeah. The new Rampage? Sure. Please and thank you.
What did you think about the post-match?
Too little, too late. Sorry. I can't take Private Party seriously. I'm sorry. It's over. I was going to say we gave that a shot, but we didn't. We didn't really give it a shot.
No.
We just gave the bells and said we're done.
We did it. There's your moment. We did it. Felt like a very much felt like a WWE Money in the Bank cash in. We did it. We finally did it. We did it like Ziggler. We did it.
Jesus. I'm just performing. That's after my time. Not Ziggler, Del Rio, Jack Swagger. I'll long stop watching by that point. Good Lord.
Annika says, man, I actually wanted Briscoe versus Lashley to be a decent thing, not an outright beatdown. It was decent for what it was.
Did you mean you want them to be equal? They're not equals. Sorry.
They're not equals. Like, that's not how that works.
All right, Shirley.
We got another super chat donation here from our boy Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support.
They go on Twitter. I don't see how this is going to work. This is absolutely ridiculous, Sid.
Chuck Berry says, yo, forget Taz and Shivani. I need more of MVP on commentary.
Why wasn't Taz here?
I'm not sure. I don't think he's been cleared to travel because he only did the New York show.
Listen, let's be honest. This is the best commentary job we've had forever. It's not a coincidence that Taz and Shivani weren't there. It's not a coincidence. No disrespect. MVP, however, was great. As per always. I like his chemistry with. I'm not sure his chemistry. He just kind of just mocks him with Excalibur. I'm here for it. Please and thank you.
Excalibur, you fucking thesaurus. We got Rob Herring Jr. talking about the first match. Thank you so much. Almost didn't see this one. Thank you. He says Matthews should have won after the stomp.
Listen, Ospreay.
I get it as an idea.
Ospreay can't be taking his losses. He's already lost the main event status. He's got to get that back first. And you don't do that by losing to people like Buddy Matthews. No disrespect. You beat Buddy Matthews, and then you got to beat somebody important. Come on, man.
Yeah, like honestly, yeah, we need Ospreay. He can't take like any. I don't want him to take any losses, honestly. But if he does have to take one loss, it should probably be to Kenny Omega. That's it. That's it. This whole year, that's the only person I want to see him lose to.
Jesus. All right.
You gotta start protecting him. You need to start building this company behind Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. Like those are your two top baby faces.
By the way, I will get to it. We'll get to it. I do love how Kenny Omega continues to say, whenever he gets a chance, whenever somebody sticks a microphone in the fucking face, he says he wants to be booked like Roman, and Tony Khan keeps saying no. You're wrestling some bum next week on Dynamite with no build. You're welcome. What the fuck do I gotta do? I built this fucking place. I can't get any respect. Some goddamn shit.
And I love that he made the music change because it does fit more like a Roman style. like it does. I was like, I see what you're doing, sir. I see what you're doing.
You're doing your part, sir.
You are doing your part. He is doing his part. We got Big Red Dogs who says Ospreay losing to Buddy is not it for Big 2025.
Nah, Charlie. Sorry.
No. Alex Plow says Omega and Ospreay along with Swerve, Hangman, MJF, and Okada are people they should center the company around. You can't center your company around that many people. It needs to be like two. Like one or two, and that's why I said it's Omega and Ospreay right now. It's Omega for now. Omega needs to win the AEW World Championship this year, in my opinion, and then it's the build to Omega dropping it probably the end of the year or next year to Ospreay, and you have to protect Ospreay in the in between.
Yeah, you're really selling this Omega Ospreay thing. Yeah, I guess. I get what you mean, sir. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Those are the names that I would throw in there, but you have to have the centerpieces. Like the centerpieces WWE right now is Cody and Roman. And then you if you want to, you could sometimes do a 3 because right now for WWE they have like four main characters in the company right now. They have Cody, they have Roman, they have Punk, and they have Rhea.
Yeah, but there's an order to this fucking thing. There just is.
Yeah, it's Roman, it's Punk, it's Cody, and it's Rhea.
Yeah, it's over. Sorry. Here, Omega, Ospreay. That's coming out. I like Swerve. That's strong. I like Swerve's work. And I like
honestly, it's gonna be it's gonna be like a toss up between the Swerve, Hangman, and MJF for me. I honestly, if they do go in this direction of building a company around Omega and Ospreay, Hangman is the one that I think would be the more interesting to be like the heel factor in between those two baby faces, because I feel like the story would be that he thought that he was going to be the main character, and now these two motherfuckers, because they built the whole journey to his world title win. He was the main character.
They built up the Dragon title win WrestleMania 30. You're not John Cena. I'm sorry, that's not how that fucking works. You're just not. I'm sorry. Hangman is a 6'7" guy. I'm not literally 6'7". He's a number 6 or number 7 guy. I'm not entirely sure why we got to keep pretending he's the main character of AEW. Where would he be right now in the pecking order? He's behind Omega. He's behind Ospreay. He's behind MJF. He's behind Swerve. What are we talking about? Stop it. Can we stop? Can we stop pretending? Can we stop lying? Moxley, who's number 1 right now. Why are we pretending? I'm so very confused. Knock it off. What are you guys doing? Come on. Yeah, Uncle Ambrose.
There you go. Uncle Ambrose.
Hey, come on.
He's the scapegoat right now. People blaming him for AEW.
They hate. They really
Yo, did you see the Korean Internet Wrestling Community Awards? That shit had me dying. Oh my god.
That shit was hysterical.
Worst champion, worst worker, worst babyface, worst heel. Like I
was like, holy shit. I remember when they did that with I think it was Solo last year. They just went in. It stinks. And now they hate Moxley like that. That shit is hysterical.
And now Solo's winning. He's in the best. He's in the best now. Most improved. Solo Takoma.
They see the vision. Solo's fucking awesome.
Next up, we had the Casino Gauntlet Match.
Wait. Omega, Ospreay, MJF, Swerve, Hangman, Okada, Jay White, Mox, and that's it. That's it? That's all you want to know?
He said everybody. Guys, I'm not saying any of these other guys, the MJF, the Swerve, the Hangmans, the Okada, the Jay White, the Moxley. I'm not saying they don't get their runs in the main event. They do. They'll get their main events. They'll get their world title reigns. Darby's another one to throw in the mix as well. They'll get in there. But the company should be behind these two. These two is the best example of what AEW is all about. You got the guy that is responsible, or one of the guys that's responsible for creating the whole place. And then you got the guy that you signed that most identifies with what you want to be right now. Like, those are the two guys you built the company behind. And then everybody else is just making it a better foundation.
Yeah, you can't build a company with two people, obviously. But it's Rock and Austin. Yeah. And we'll figure the rest of it out. You need Triple H, you need Kurt Angle, you need Undertaker, these people, but there's a clear gap between 1, 2, and everybody else. Sorry.
It's Rock and Austin. It's Rock and Austin. That's why that's the greatest period. That's why WWE's having such a great period right now, is because they have more than one guy. Anytime the industry's been built around one guy, or one guy has been a constant in the main event scene, it's never been good. Cena in the 2000s, 2010s, Hogan, after a while, after the big boom, after a while, that became old and grating, and he became stale. And now AEW needs to avoid that with Jon Moxley, because people are starting to turn on him.
So happy. I told y'all. I called it, didn't I? I said this thing was
You did. You called it like 3 weeks. It's like, I'm going to call this one early. He was like, I think I might call it. And then the next week, you were like, yep, I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it. The Ravishing One says, bro, Roman Solo and whole Bloodline storyline is BS.
I will say the sequel post WrestleMania 39, 40? What was the last one we just had?
40.
Has not been as good as the first one, clearly.
No.
Sorry.
It feels like it peaked at Survivor Series.
That's as good as it's ever gonna get. Yes. Are we done?
That was it.
Are we done with
that
this?
was it. That should have been it. That should have been it. I mean, they wanted this, like, it was weird. Like, that's why Monday show's so weird, because they had matches that made it feel like it was a WrestleMania, because it was a culmination of like year-long storylines with Roman, Solo, Liv, Rhea, Punk, Seth. But at the same time, they did not like do anything that makes you be like, okay, I'm excited for what's next.
I'm not.
I think that's it, right? That's it. Oh, this is just a special, right? Raw's not going to be here next week, right?
That is what it felt like. It did feel like a special. Saturday night's main event night show. I will say this. I want to see. Are we done? I really don't want to see Cody and Cena. Now I think about it. Anyway,
I don't either. This is an odd situation where both me, you, and Romeo all agree. We don't. It's like I don't see how this works. I just don't see how this works. Yeah, you're either telling the fans to turn on Cody, or you're telling them the fans to turn on your ultimate white meat babyface right now, the face of the company, or you're telling them to turn on the old face of the company that's on his last run, and the fans are actually cheering him going for the world title. Like, this is a bizarro world. Fans are cheering John Cena going for a world title.
Just do Cena and Gunther and Cody and Orton or whoever. Who cares? Who cares? Cody's not gonna get his main event. Sorry, it's done. Let's move on. We gotta force it so you can tell me that you were right. You weren't. I was right. You were wrong. Let the Cody thing go and let's move on. You feel better. You feel better. I know he feels guilt. He doesn't want to be that guy anymore. I don't want to bury any more people. No, one more time. You'll feel good. Let it go. Stop.
The last time I buried somebody this close to the black community, I got into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I love that. I'll be nice about Cody.
I don't see color. But Cody does.
Clearly, he says his daughter's black, even though his wife. I'll be nice. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Please. I mean, you were due. You were due to be fair.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I mean, his wife is on TV calling herself a black bitch, when we all know fucking fact that the first words out of her mouth is that I'm 17% Cherokee. You can tell that's her. You can tell. You just tell. I can just tell. Yeah, do it to somebody else, please. Okay.
We got Alexander with some fantasy book in here. Let's see. He says Darby wins the belt by Revolution or Double or Nothing. Christian used his contract to beat Darby. Christian is a transitional champ until Omega beats him.
Jesus.
No, I would love for that to be an option, but it's not looking like it is. The reason why they did the whole write-off, it seems, for Darby is that he wants to climb Mount Everest. We don't know if we can't be making plans off a nigga we don't know is going to be alive in a few months. We gotta move on. We gotta move on. What I think should be done, and I'm going into it early, even before I was going to go into it after we talk about the main event, but I like this comment here. But I think that Omega, and I'll go in more detail, but I think that Omega should be a champion by Double or Nothing.
Which is when? May?
May.
Now, what's the biggest show? Revolution?
Huh? Revolution. Revolution, I think they do Omega Ospreay.
Why? Fuck. What are we doing? Wait, what? Why?
Why wouldn't they?
Why would they? Fuck, fight number what?
They have history. No, they have history.
So you fight?
Number one contender.
Good Lord. No. Please no. Just put the belt on Omega. You do Omega and Moxley at Revolution.
Omega wins.
They're gonna do Mox and Cope. We all know this.
We're not doing Mox. We're doing Mox and Cope on Dynamite. At fucking, we're doing Mox and Cope at Terminal Chaos.
Terminal
Chaos.
toxicity. Terminal toxicity.
Yes. Fucking random ass Dynamite. Omega wins. All of AEW stands up. Omega wins. They do this stuff. Luger moment. They put him on the shoulders. And everybody cheers. He saved the company from this asshole. And then you fucking do Omega and Ospreay at Double or Nothing if you like. The fuck we doing Omega and fucking Ospreay for no reason? How can we do Austin Rock for no reason on some random ass fucking pay-per-view? Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that.
They did Austin and Rock on a random episode of Raw.
When was this? It was not random. It's the night after Survivor Series. That's not random. And it's for the belt. It's not random.
I'm saying to put it on pay-per-view. It's still on Monday Night Raw.
It's not for the belt. It's just the fighting to what? They don't like each other? They have history? That's not a good reason to fucking put your two big guys against each other. It's a terrible idea.
This motherfucker. We got Power Driver Finisher. He says, how do you follow Mox choking Brian with a bag? You got to try to give the purpose behind it. They couldn't back it up after. I guess the only way to justify it is Moxley is crazy or whatever. So I don't know.
It's so weird. It's such an odd choice. I get what they were going for. These disparate ideas just don't work together. Moxley's trying to cleanse AEW. By murdering somebody? What if he gets arrested? How are you cleaning AEW from prison?
How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that, sir? How are you going to do that?
Good Lord. Oh, well.
All right. After I gave the intro for this is like the second time I'm getting the intro for something. I didn't talk about it until 20 minutes after. But we had the Casino Gauntlet matchup. First in was, of course, Switchblade Jay White off the victory in the triple threat last week. And the first out to join him is Hangman Adam Page, his arch nemesis. The two men are jaw-jacking and blaming each other for the loss at World's End. Hangman saying, you got pinned. They start trading pin attempts early on. I like the sense of urgency early on from both guys. Page goes for the buckshot, but flipped into a Blade Runner attempt. Page dodged that. He tried for a Deadeye, but White brought him up the ropes with a superplex. Wheeler Yuta is out third. He slowly comes to the ring to booze. He rolls right in and gets hit with the Blade Runner immediately. I was like, that was perfect. That was perfect. Hangman breaks up the cover. Page took both White and Yuta out with a springboard lariats, and that left him all alone in the ring for the fourth entrant to come out. And what do we hear? Whose house? Swerve's house. And the crowd is going crazy. They pan to Hangman, who looks completely triggered that he's about to see his arch nemesis again. Everyone thinks that it's Swerve Strickland, but it's just a Swerve, as we hear that it's my house, bitch. Oh my God. I was like, yes, that was perfect. That was awesome. Excalibur had a great line saying, scissors beat paper after Ricochet stabbed Strickland in the head last week. He started running wild for a bit as he and Yuta put the boots to White and Page. Back from break, Ricochet and Yuta were both sent outside by Page and White, and that left them alone in the ring for Adam Cole, baby. He got a good reaction from the crowd here as well. He started super kick party on a couple of folks. He hit the Panama Sunrise on Ricochet, who kicked out at 2. TNT champion Daniel Garcia was next out. He had a nice little sequence with Cole, he was for Cole's first opponent when Cole returned in 2023. White and Page in the corner were all thrown in the corner by Garcia along with Cole. He started hitting his punches in the corner. Yuta and Garcia started facing off. That's when Ian Riccaboni. I was like, go ahead, Ian. Go ahead, Ian. He was like, these two men came up in the independent scene in 2021. They were fighting for the Pure Championship in Ring of Honor in 2022. Now they're here fighting for a shot at the AEW World Champ. He was just sowing all the seeds. He gave us the facts about Cole's history with Hangman and Jay White. He gave us the history of Cole and Garcia and Yuta and White. Like, he was killing it. Yuta and Ricochet got the advantage. They took out all the baby faces, which left them in the ring for Powerhouse Hobbs. And this is when the booking was working overtime, because this is when we got the best presentation of Powerhouse Hobbs of his AEW career. He's out next. He launches Ricochet to the outside. He starts ragdolling everybody. Hangman has the hilarious moment where he gets the drop on Hobbs, and he starts walking around with his chest all puffed out like he's Powerhouse Hobbs, which proved to be a mistake as Hobbs caught him in the corner and gave him a big suplex. Hobbs was running wild. We returned to Ricochet, foolishly trying to slug it out with Hobbs, who turned him inside out with a lariat. White drop kicked Hobbs' leg out and knocked him into the corner. Roderick Strong was out next. He started dishing out backbreakers, the Messiah of the backbreaker at work. Ricochet found himself surrounded and beaten down by Cole, Strong, and Garcia. Everyone starts recovering and hitting high impact moves, including a White who spiked Ricochet with a sleeper suplex right on the top of his dome. White wanted Blade Runner, but again, Yuta stole a win from him and low blowed him and started talking shit. Lance Archer was out next. He comes in. He hits a diving Yuta with the chokeslam on the apron. Hits a chokeslam on White. Ricochet is chucked up and down by both Archer and Hobbs as they stare off with one another. We get the big meat chants as they no-sell some moves. In comes Kyle O'Reilly next at number 10. He beats the hell out of Wheeler Yuta on the stage. Undisputed Kingdom team up and use their numbers to beat down on the other people, including Powerhouse Hobbs. Next out is Jeff Jarrett to a huge pop from the Tennessee crowd. They start going wild for him at number 11, but he was attacked on the stage by Wheeler Yuta, who fights him to the back to massive heat. They fight to the back, leaving Archer and Garcia to fend off the Undisputed Kingdom until Hobbs runs through all of them. Archer wants to black out on Hobbs, but he rolls out of it. He clotheslines him out of the ring, and then he hits a spine buster on Kyle O'Reilly for the 1-2-3. Powerhouse Hobbs is your new number one contender for the AEW World Championship. He becomes I believe only the second or third man to win a Casino Gauntlet match, or fourth man to win a Casino Gauntlet match, along with Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher, and Christian Cage. Post-match, we hear from Hobbs as Renee Paquette comes in the ring and congratulates him. Hobbs says, let's shoot for a second. Let it be told, Jon Moxley was the one who brought him to AEW. But next week, he'll shock the world and make Moxley his bitch. As Hobbs celebrated up the ramp, we did see Jeff Jarrett come out, which led into our next segment. But what did you think about this Casino Gauntlet? I thought the story building, the storytelling was really well done. As far as the action goes, it was probably my least favorite singles one. I thought the worst one was the tag team one. This was probably the worst one out of the three singles one, but the storytelling was on par.
I thought the storytelling was pretty good. I thought the way they used Yuta, ironically, might have been my favorite part. Him just getting
he got so much heat.
Shitting on Jeff Jarrett at the end, I liked a lot. Because I probably had Jeff penciled in to win this fucking thing so he can get his title shot out of the way fast. Jay White, obviously a highlight, as per always. Even Adam Cole here, in this setting, with a lot of other people around, I thought he felt the most like Adam Cole's fun in a while, kind of like almost a star. It worked for me. Hobbs, however, is obviously the talking point, and he was not only fantastic, he was presented well. He was presented so well, I thought he was going to lose, for sure. I thought it was the way he was going to win this fucking match.
And it still would have been the best presentation for him, because he would have got over. He got over. He would have got over even if he didn't win.
Yeah. Ricochet was great. Hobbs' story. Hobbs was fantastic. And I must say, I really liked this promo. It's not really a promo, it's like 2 lines. But I liked him afterwards. I got done about the shoot part. So you didn't say anything shooty. It was just unnecessary. But it worked. It was a good promo. I liked it a lot. And I like Renee's face of, motherfucker. First of all, how you motherfucking me? You're the one dating a psychopath. But whatever. This worked. I look forward to next week, and I look forward to not much more after that because I assume it's pushed me over. But at least until next week, it'll be fantastic.
Will Chisholm, and I like this was a good choice by AEW to win this match because it's natural off of the history between the two. Like he said, Moxley bring him into AEW, and then you also have the history from last year where Hobbs gets injured against Moxley.
Very true.
TK, we got Will Chisholm says TK promised Sting he put the title on Darby. We can get to Darby. We can have a little Darby interlude. But we need Omega first.
Jesus, how you just got back? How do we need him first?
I'm just saying we need Omega first if Darby's going to Mount Everest. If he's not going to Everest, then we can get Darby on the road like almost immediately. But if he's going to Everest, we can't afford 6 more months of Moxley like this. Like, I feel bad for him. I feel bad.
Why?
Just get him.
He's done this to himself.
I know.
He politics himself into the spot, and now he's getting what he got coming to him. Sorry. You got away with it a couple times, you're horse shit, and now you're paying for it. I'm sorry. Rocky 3 or 4 or whatever fucking horse shit. Anyway, that's the point. What was I going to say? Christian. I love Christian. You know this. This needs to be a field cash-in. It just does. I'm sorry. It just does.
Yeah. Unless it is Darby, I can see them doing that because that would just prolong the Darby chase or whatever. And I think Christian can be entertaining as champion. But yeah, if we're going to Omega now, yeah, no, you can't cash in on Omega. Sorry.
Huh.
You can cash in on Darby. That makes sense. Does not.
Jesus.
We got Frantic World who agrees with you. Look at that. He says, I'm with Jimmy. Put Mox and Adam Copeland on Dynamite, not Revolution.
Why are we acting like Edge is fucking CM Punk or I'm trying to think of another star, Cody Rhodes or somebody? It's just not. Or Roman. Well, we gotta get Edge the big match with the big. We don't though. He's Edge. He's never been that guy. I'm sorry. How about this? Whatever guy Roman and them are, Roman, Cena, Austin, Rock, and then that next level down with Cody and Macho and them and Triple H, he's another level down from that. And I don't mean to be rude. He just is. No disrespect. Can we stop? Please? You saw what I saw. Can we stop?
Frantic Girl says Ricochet is so good as a heel in AEW. Alexander says Ricochet swerved us using Swerve's music, a swerve and swerve inception. And then we also got a super chat donation here from Christopher Kidd. Thank you so much, Christopher Kidd.
In hand too, and Blackpool Combat Club, they better wear out Kenny as long as they can. Hangman's going to come out here.
Steve Austin, huh? Absolutely.
Christopher Kidd says TK make Takeshita the Triple H to Ospreay and Omega. Ooh, I'm here.
Listen, I like Ospreay's good on the mic. Omega's fine. Takeshita doesn't speak English. At least
it would be MJF. MJF would be.
We don't have any good mic workers here. Great mic workers here. MJF should be in the spot, especially if he continues what he did this episode, which I thought was try to shake things up just a little bit.
Yeah. It would if you want like a Triple H in that dynamic, it would have to be MJF. So yeah. But like that's what I'm saying. Like you build behind those two guys, like everything else is interesting. Like you just build behind those two guys, which means those guys are your foundation, and you're like, okay, who are we feuding with Omega with this month? Or who is he feuding with for the next couple of months? What program are we doing with Omega? Oh, Omega's going for the AEW World Championship. He's going to be feuding with Jon Moxley at Double or Nothing. He's going to win the title there, sets up a big title versus title match with Okada at All In. And then what do we do after that?
I'm letting you get your Ospreay shit off, but I don't like how we've just slid him next to Kenny Omega and we're just rolling with this. Like this is an obvious choice. I know why. Was fucking 5-star match.
So who's two? Who's two? Wow. Who's two with Omega?
There's only 2 stars in this fucking company. No disrespect. That's Kenny Omega and MJF. We know that for a fact. We've seen the numbers.
MJF needs some rehab. He needs some rehabbing.
The numbers say otherwise. Numbers say MJF is fine. I haven't seen Kenny Omega's numbers yet, but if they're like the word we left, he'll be fine too. Why are we giving Ospreay and these bums No disrespect. Love them. Ospreay and these people. Sorry. This is they getting the number 2 spot all rip. How? How you come in and get the number 2 spot? You ain't sold no fucking tickets. Get the fuck out of here. You been sell tickets since you got here. How you over me? How you over me? Come on, man.
You had your time. You got to build back up.
This is outrageous. You just lost the.
You got to do programs with young guys like Jeff Jarrett.
Didn't you lose to Fletcher and Darby and some other bum I can't think of right now in the tournament? Who losing to in that tournament?
Lost to Darby and Ricochet.
You get the fuck out of my face. You don't take your ass to the upper mid card. Get the fuck out of here. I won my matches. Where you been? Come on, man.
Alexander said Adam Cole looked great. We also got Will Chisholm who says let a black man win so he can lose to American History X.
Oh my god, they're gonna curb stomp Haas. Oh my god. That'd be fucking I'm kinda mad. It's a little late for it, but fucking if you're gonna do it, do it.
Big Man Doug says we should convince Tony to have Darby win at Revolution because it's 1 year after Sting retired. Remember, I was saying that for months. I was like, you got to do it at Revolution 1 year after Sting's retirement.
Listen, if it stops,
I'm convinced that until otherwise convinced otherwise, I'm convinced we're getting Cope Mox at Revolution.
I've never seen people try to destroy their company so much.
Huh? I don't understand it either.
I thought you liked AEW. What are you doing?
What me?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what I would book. I'm saying that I know he's gonna book that. I don't know what happened. I missed the Tony Khan who used to get all upset and riled up because he used to be petulant online and hearing the complaints of the fans. Now he don't be online. He not tapped in.
Yeah, people tell me it's funny when 100 people telling you you're great and then 2 people telling you you're shit. When it's the other way around, you don't want to hear it as much.
Yeah. Yep.
But you deserve it, so you should come hear it.
We got Chilling with Chase who says that don't work for Cope, brother. He wants his 45-minute classic with Mox on pay-per-view, brother.
I swear to God.
Yeah, fucking Chase calls him friendly Hulk Hogan.
I can see that. The amount of stroke these niggas have for not doing nothing is jarring to me. I don't understand. Edge, Moxley, where do they get this power from?
I don't know. They got some stroke with Tony. They're nice to Tony. So now
Hogan and Cena over here. Well, Hogan and Cena numbers. What are we doing? How's this impossible?
I wouldn't mind that either. Jay White be the Triple H to Omega and Ospreay because he has the history with them.
I don't care about the history. He's just fucking fantastic. I put Jay White. I love that. Again, with the Ospreay stuff. Anyway, Jay White would be my number 3. Yes, he would be. Yes.
I was smiling. The whole time. He's going with it. Frantic Roll says Will saw what Kenny did in Japan and was like, I'm the only one that had the 5-star matches. LOL. Well, I feel like artistically and storytelling wise, Kenny Omega is above Will Ospreay after watching that match with Gabe Kidd.
I've got to see this fucking match. I'm expecting another fucking Ospreay, Bailey. I really want you to pay attention to like the storytelling and the psychology of it. Everything he did in the matchup, it made sense and it worked for the overall what they were trying to accomplish with the matchups. But I just think that watching that match, it wasn't until like towards the end because they brawled on the floor for all right. Yeah, watch it. We get a video package hyping up the next week's Christian Cage versus Hook match that finally happens next week at what is it? Maximum Carnage. Yes. What the fuck?
So we have looking forward to that. That's finally going down. And then we get Ian Riccaboni in the ring with Double J, Jeff Jarrett, He said he must be disappointed he couldn't win a title shot in his home state of Tennessee. Jarrett questioned whether the Last Outlaw still has what it takes to become the AEW World Champion when he was cut off by the music of Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF. I got so excited. I like when there's new people mixing it up with each other and new combinations that I didn't think of when it first happened. But if this whole setup, the setup last week with the Jarrett promo was to set up this story, I think it was worth it. As long as it doesn't end with him winning the title. MJF calls Riccaboni a Bible-thumping prick and tells him to leave the ring. He then tells Jarrett he's never had the pleasure of meeting him in the ring before. He introduces himself. MJF says that he wants his Triple B back, but he says the world title picture is currently too crowded right now. MJF said that it's Jarrett's fault that Hobbs won tonight. As he checks his notes, he got beat up by Wheeler Yuta. MJF says that there's people like Adam Copeland and Christian Cage wanting the AEW world title before putting over Jeff Jarrett. He ran over his resume, 12-time world champion, which he had to look up because he's not a dinosaur. MJF said Jarrett's clock is ticking, but he hasn't been honest with the fans quite yet, as the contract that Jarrett signed is only for 1 more year. And no, that's not because Jarrett didn't want to retire. It's because it's the contract that pro wrestling thinks that's all Jarrett has left to give.
God damn. Facts.
MJF is here to help Jarrett and prove that he still got it. 1 year for Jarrett to make it back to the mountain one more time. As without MJF's help, Jarrett couldn't win a match. All MJF asks is one favor, that when he helps him win his Triple B, he'll be first in line for a world title shot. MJF offers his hand in a handshake as Jarrett takes the mic. He puts over MJF as being the longest reigning AEW World Champion of all time. Jarrett said they call MJF, though, he was like, you haven't done anything since then. And you know what they call me from where I'm from? What do they call that? A one-hit wonder in the Music City. We get one-hit wonder chants. Jarrett knows the road he has to go down, as he's been at rock bottom before. But it will allow him to fight his way back up that mountain. Jarrett said MJF had a chance tonight to enter the Casino Gauntlet, but what did he do? He opted to scheme to get a shot instead. Jarrett is going to make the most of 2025. He doesn't need MJF, and he's not buying what he's selling. And he calls MJF an entitled prick. Pushes the mic in his chest, and MJF looks particularly dejected and pissed. I've seen people online complaining, saying, you know, this was too long, or they didn't like it, and why is Jeff Jarrett getting so much camera time and whatnot. Man, I can understand. I can understand the latter part. But, I mean, you can't say that it's not working. It's working with the live crowd. Is like people told me with the whole Undertaker thing. Oh, you know, the live fans, they enjoyed it. The live fans are enjoying Jeff Jarrett. So, I don't know. I just enjoyed MJF here. MJF was awesome because this was the MJF character we're used to. Stop fucking around with your old friend from 2023. You're focused on the Triple B. You're focused on getting the world title, but you're also focused on getting it the easiest way possible. And that was your whole thing. That was your whole thing that you said on the mic when you turned heel, is that you didn't go after the world title because it was too crowded. Swerve was running strong as world champion. You didn't want to get it then. You could have went after it when Bryan was champion, but maybe that went by too fast. I like the fact that he acknowledged the picture is very crowded. That was kind of the theme of last week's show. Everybody's gunning for the world title. And now he's found his way to get to the world title without going through everybody else.
Yeah, MJF was fucking. The character work here is really good. It just so fits his character. This is a way to get into the fucking world title picture when they just had, like, quite literally, they just had a fucking casino gauntlet match to get a shot. You could have just done that. That way too hard. Fuck that. I'm gonna try it this way. And of course, it's a great plan. Except MJF is too big of a douche to fucking follow it through because all you do is say, I need your help. Blah, 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 blah. Instead, he's calling an old man. He's shitting on his contract instead of this is the guy who needs help, right? Why are you doing that? Because he's an ass. And it worked perfectly for me. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I like the glasses, by the way, the shades he's wearing. It's a change of some kind. I need him to do more of that. I quite frankly think he should start with the Triple H look. Did it look like he was wearing his dad's clothes? Sure. But at least it showed there was some progress in his character. Instead, we went right back to that old shit we did. TV, I'm fine with MJF and Double J. TV main event, sure. MJF goes over, obviously. But we're going to do this pay-per-view. I think I'm going to pass on that. I'm not sure that's as funny as it is.
I love his theme song. It's the best. It's the best theme song. I'm okay with it as like a undercard pay-per-view matchup. Like at a Grand Slam Revolution type. Because I think
versus Eugene S match. The fuck is this? Come on, man.
No, it's Triple H versus Hulk Hogan from Backlash 2001.
Wow.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I think that these characters work well with each other. They firmly have established Jeff Jarrett as the elder statesman that the fans are very sympathetic over. He's a very, very much a sympathetic figure to the AEW fans right now. So as soon as MJF's music hit, I just laughed. I was like, "Oh, this is great! This is great! This is the perfect person to troll Jarrett if he's down on himself right now." And MJF played that to a T. I really like this. This is probably the most I've liked that MJF segment in weeks.
Oh, certainly. Better than anything to do with Adam Cole recently.
Yeah. Then we get footage from the final Rampage with the Death Riders taking out Darby Allin and shoving him down the flight of stairs. Excalibur said no one has heard from Darby since, and he's practically fallen off the map.
Sure. Let's go with that. This is when fucking what you're selling me don't match what I've seen. I've seen Darby take all types of horrific bumps. Him falling down the stairs might have killed the regular person, but that's never going to ruin Darby's day. I don't buy this is why he hasn't been heard from or seen. Stop it.
Did he get so hurt he had to go to a hospital in Mount Everest?
Clearly. Fucking comic book ass storyline. He needed some type of plant that grows on top of Mount Everest. Stop it. Knock it off.
He's making part of the storyline. Yes. He had to find a different part of himself to beat Moxley and the Death Riders. He had to climb Mount Everest.
Child, please. Knock it off.
Planted the AEW flag in Mount Everest, and now he's coming back to get the crown, the world title back. He's gonna rescue it. Our boy Darby. We get the new hero of AEW, the rated R superstar, Cope. Adam Copeland. It's Adam Copeland when he wants us to call him Cope. Commentary really is driving home the Cope name. Cope ran through Jon Moxley and the Death Riders Carnage since forming. He says that they took out Bryan Danielson, they took out Darby Allin, but the biggest mistake was going after his good friends FTR. Okay, so Darby ain't your friend anymore? You was teaming with Darby first when you first got here.
What the lack
Darby
of pop
was the
fucking FTR.
Brian got the pop, Darby got a pop, FTR was just okay.
Oh, I guess, sure.
Yeah. And he should be friends with all these guys. He worked with Brian in WWE. They were cool. He was friends with Darby. Darby was the one that picked him up from the airport for his debut. Okay, no, I'm only friends with FTR. Okay, cool. Cope said that no one has fought through what he's fought through. Just to be standing in the ring. He'll die on that hill. Cope is a different animal than Moxley has faced before, and mentioned breaking his neck in a match against Eddie Guerrero, but he kept going for 20 minutes and winning the match. Cope fought Malakai Black in a barbed wire steel cage, broke his leg, and what did he do? He got up, wrestled for 10 more minutes, and won the match. Cope knows Moxley is one of the toughest in the game, but question what Moxley can do to him that hasn't been done before. This brings out the... It does not help that the music now is very droning. It just gives an overall feeling of, damn, like apathy whenever you hear the... John Moxley and the Death Riders come out through the crowd, but before they are able to get over the barricade, Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler, FTR attack from behind. They attack the Death Riders. The brawl is on between Claudio, Wheeler, Moxley, and the Rated R FTR. Cope has Moxley dead to rights in the ring, looking for the spear. When Marina Shafir sprints to ringside, she slid the briefcase into Moxley. She grabbed Cope's leg. Cope grabbed her and was distracted long enough for a returning Pac to appear and hit him in the back of the head with the briefcase. Moxley then beats down Cope even further. He applies the bulldog choke, choking Cope out as Claudio and Wheeler take FTR out on the outside. Well, really Claudio, because Wheeler was getting his ass kicked because he was still hurt from the Casino Gauntlet. Look, why is Wheeler Yuta the best part of this whole angle? Like he's the one that feels like he's getting more over, and he's playing his character as a dweeb of the group to a T. I don't know. Is it just me? Y'all let me know in the chat. I don't know. It's just me. Marina Shafir hands Moxley the plastic bag. It looks like Moxley's about to suffocate Cope when Powerhouse Hobbs music hits. Hobbs slowly walks out from the back, showing no fear of being outnumbered by the Death Riders. He gets in the ring, and all of the Death Riders leave. I was like, oh my God, yes! They don't want no smoke with this man. Yes, he will break your back. He will break every one of you. Moxley, be scared next week, because it will be John Moxley defending the AEW World Championship against Powerhouse Hobbs, Maximum Carnage, Cincinnati, Ohio, next week's AEW Dynamite. Meanwhile, on Saturday, AEW Collision, you got Rated R superstar Cope going one-on-one with Big Bill. And then you also got what should be an interesting one. FTR's Dax Harwood goes one-on-one with the Ring of Honor World Champion, the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho.
Damn, I need to use a vacation.
What did you think about this segment here?
First of all, I gotta say this before I forget. You remember, obviously, we all remember Jay White and Billy Gunn, right?
Yeah.
That's what next week should be. That should be the exact fucking layout of the fucking match. Hobbs just beating the dog shit out of Moxley for 12 minutes, and then a DQ finish. Because what you've done with Hobbs in a show, you can't fuck it up. You're gonna fuck it up, but you shouldn't. You just DQ. Just DQ. Fuck it. We'll get over it. I'll get over it. I'm already over it. Promo was good. Edge has always been a solid promo. Not as great as some people think he is. I'm gonna get into an argument. They're putting up their false and rocking them. How? What? Stop it. But it's always been good. I thought what he had to say really drove home the point. The beatdown, I'm sorry, the plastic bag just screams. Outside of wrestling, it's hard to explain. It's like if somebody fucking pulled out a gun during a last man standing match or during a fucking I quit match. Say I quit or I'll blow your fucking brains out. Yeah, I guess. But this is not wrestling. It just isn't. And that fucking strangling unit isn't wrestling either. This stinks. But whatever. Hobbs is the high point here. Again, just like in the Casino Battle Royal, he's the high point here. Fucking let's go. I'm so here for it. I'm so concerned about next week. But for this week, A's all around. Yeah, that Edge really thing was kind of weird.
It was.
I think Edge's old manness. Yeah, his old manness is throwing. I thought was the kisser. Like, what's he doing? He's looking like that for?
I thought he was too. He was gonna.
Yeah, I was ready for the fucking Vince McMahon ass story. Like, what are we doing? Please don't do that. It's not babyface material. But hey, whatever.
We got Frantic World who's turning on Mox, saying, I never thought I would say this, but Mox is the Chris Jericho of the Death Rider story.
The Jack Perry of the Death Rider story. Agreed. That aside, I can't disagree. I can't believe how cool he was just a couple months ago and how not cool he is right now.
Yeah. Alexander says, just do rated FTR versus Claudio, Pac, and Yuta. Bring in Beth Phoenix for a surprise pop to take out Marina. We got to end this Death Rider story.
It's holding the company back at this point.
It is. That's what I said. Like, get it done. Do what you want. I'm letting you do what you want, Tony. Do the Mox Cope at Revolution, whatever. But then have Omega beat Moxley for the title at Double or Nothing
in May. So 4 more months. 5 more months. Half a year.
I wouldn't advise it. Okay, then do Revolution. Do Cope and Mox at in Australia.
Sure, Edge is a name. Edge is a name. Cope isn't. Whatever.
The Rated R Superstar. Just call him that. Don't even say Cope. Just say Rated R Superstar.
Yeah, Mox goes over because who the fuck cares? And then we move on to the Omega match. Please and thank you.
We got Alexander who says, if Hobbs lose clean next week, we riot.
I don't think he'll lose clean. I could be wrong. I don't think he'll lose clean.
We got Power Driver Finisher says, how can you get behind the D Riders?
Once they went with Death Riders, I know it was over. It's like,
that was a turning point. It should have just been the Blackpool Combat or Mox Combat Club, like Nigel said.
Death Riders. Oh, really? Really, you as a Death Rider? All right, what do you say?
Oh, it's over.
Sure.
It's over. Oh, it's over. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't know it would be over this fast. We got LaRon who says, this Death Rider story sucks. Don't wait until Revolution. Have him drop the title at Grand Slam.
Ooh, is that pay-per-view or is that just a big show?
I am confused because I'll be honest, because I'm like looking at Dynamite last night and I'm like, okay, you got the All In Texas sign in the Raptors. Then you got the sign at the entranceway is Revolution. I was like, is Grand Slam not a pay-per-view? And then they started promoting it when the women's match came up because the winner of the Casino Gauntlet gets the shot at the women's title at Grand Slam. But it was like y'all brought it up like it's just a special episode of Dynamite or something like that.
I mean, I'm fine with it. Fuck it. It was a bad idea anyway. Fuck it. We'll get it done. I'm not sure what's gonna be on that card though. I don't want to see anything except Moxley and Edge. I'm sold on that now. Moxley and Edge at Grand Slam Australia.
And they don't even headline. Tony and Mariah headline.
All right, we're still doing it. I thought we haven't done any build for this.
Huh? The build is Tony's character. The build is Tony's character.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Big Man Does says there is a track record of Tony giving draws who are unhappy the keys to the castle.
It's wild, especially considering Moxley's not a draw. He's not 2024, 2025, pardon me. He's been a draw for a long while.
Alexander says, laugh my fucking ass off. AEW will have a hot storyline and it cools off so quick. Death Riders, the Elite last year, Undisputed Kingdom, all potential great storylines that fell flat. The last great storyline that they had that lasted a while was Better Than You, Baby, until Cole jumps off the ramp.
Yeah, you guys really love that one. I did not. Sorry. Boo.
It was
good.
Get
it? They're wacky. Oh, good Lord. Brilliant. Jesus.
Backstage, we get Mariah May talking about the women's Casino Gauntlet next week, and she tells the women competing to dance like the Dex like the marionettes they are before she cuts their strings and burn them alive. Harley Cameron then screams her way into the shot and says that she wants to give fans an appetizer on Collision. May says that she's not getting a title shot, but Harley says that's fine. She just wants to wrestle her. You and your hotness, me and my hotness, it'll be hot girl graps. May said she's going to rip Carly's head off, and Harley says, that's all right. And Mariah says, what? She's like, what did you say? He's like, you will feel the wrath of Harley Cameron. I love her. I love her so much. More TV time for Harley. We get it on Saturday. Collision. She goes one-on-one with AEW Women's World Champion Mariah May.
Can I be half a sexist for a second? Somebody needs to put some clothes on. I don't know who it should be. I couldn't tell you who it should be. I just need done. One of them needs to. One of them can be half naked, and one of them can be clothed. Well, they both can't be having the titties out. That's not how that works. It's distracting from what we're trying to get here. There's supposed to be a dichotomy between Harley Cameron, nut, and fucking Mariah May, murderous psychopath. There needs to be some type of juxtaposition here.
Oh my god. He said, put some damn clothes on. Put some damn clothes on.
Yeah. Just one, though. Just one.
Just one.
I'll let y'all choose. I'll let y'all choose who it is. But one of you needs to put some clothes on.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Please and thank you.
We both put scissor. Oh man. Up next we had the three-way matchup to determine the number one contender. The number one spot in the women's Casino Gauntlet next week at Maximum Carnage. We get a huge pop for Willow Nightingale when she came out for this one here.
Right.
But this, I don't remember, Jimmy. When was the last time we had a women's match with more than one star in it where you couldn't predict who was going to win right from the bell? I think like this, it's been a while. It's been a long, long while that we had a match like this that was unpredictable right from the start. All three ladies early on are trying pin attempts. You get Willow hits an enziguri on Statlander before running through Storm with a shoulder block. Misdirect spinebuster by Willow, who stood tall until Statlander is back in. They trade more near falls. Storm kept being tossed to the floor because she's a rookie, as she finally was able to put a stop to it and hit a crossbody off the top on both women. Storm tried a sunset flip on Statlander, who didn't budge and pose and didn't realize Willow sneaking from behind to deliver a low blow slingshot right into Statlander's nether regions. That was cool. Storm tried for the crossbody again, but this time got caught as Willow and Statlander hit a double fall-away slam. Statlander offered a handshake to Willow, but Storm cut them both off in a three-way slugfest underwent. We get Storm delivering a headbutt. Willow hits a discus lariat for a triple down. Statlander backdropped out of the Storm Zero, hit a shotgun dropkick. As she charged, Willow met her with a big old pounce. Sweet cheek music on Statlander. Willow hit a cannonball on both women before laying out Storm with the DVD. All three women are trading suplexes and discus lariats. Storm avoids the chaos theory, but Willow was there to hit a double German suplex. Storm nearly got a flash pin, but Statlander put a stop to it, countered the Dr. Bomb. Statlander sent her to the floor and then picked up Storm, hits the Saturday Night Fever or Wednesday Night Fever. 1, 2, 3. Statlander is the number one entrant into next week's Women's Casino Gauntlet. I thought this was a very good matchup. If it got 5 more minutes, this could have been great because all three ladies worked really well with one another. They told a nice little story with the Willow and Statlander portion of this. Statlander still trying to kind of get her redemption with Willow and get back in Willow's good graces, but at the same time wants to get the victory, wants the AEW Women's World Championship, while Toni Storm comes up short in her rookie quest. What did you think about this three-way matchup here?
Outside of the stupidity with Tony Storm, I thought this was a really good match. First of all three are fantastic. Statlander might be the best in the world at the moment. She's on a ridiculous streak of matches. Illinois Willow didn't get the win, obviously, because I root for Willow and everything, as it should be. But I'm not mad at the way it worked out. She didn't take the pin. Statlander got the pin. She needed a win after another loss to Mercedes. And Tony, and whatever the fuck she's got going on, taking the loss works enough, I suppose. I can't believe we're doing a storyline about fucking brain damage. It's an odd choice. Get it? Wink, wink. She can't remember. Why the fuck is she in the ring? Taking more head trauma. What the fuck are we doing? What is going on?
I do love the This Is Sports Center style cuts that they're putting on social media with her being like, I like this new job, and then running up with people. See, it's a rib. It's a rib. I like this. I like the character with the This Is Sports Center delivery. We get Renee Paquette backstage with the aforementioned Tony Storm, who said that she gave her best, but clearly she isn't ready quite yet. It was an honor to be in there with Statlander and Nightingale, but she's going to keep working hard. She doesn't know if the Casino Gauntlet is for her. Maybe it's not Tony time all the time.
Good Lord. This is not a work by Tony. This is all-time awful. I'm sorry. You all think it's cute. I do not. This is Mariah May needs to help Tony win because she thinks it's an easy victory to beat this idiot who thinks she's a rookie. And then Tony turns out she's been working her. Otherwise, this is just dumb. I'm sorry.
LaRon Ford says, make the women's world title scene in AEW serious again. This character stuff is cute, but the focus needs to be on the graps.
Mariah May is doing Shakespeare. You guys over here giggling at Tony Storm. What are we doing?
I love it. I love it. I will not hear any otherwise. Then we had finally our main event segment of the show. Kenny Baghdad Omega is here, and he has a new entrance video, new music as well. Omega makes his way out, high-fiving the fans, big smile.
What kind of picture is this? He's the least star-looking motherfucker ever. Who's this guy? You here to set up the ring? What is this?
He is high-fiving the fans with a smile on his face. Loud welcome back chants for Kenny. He's got his head all bandaged up from the Wrestle Dynasty match with Gabe Kidd. It's never brought up by commentary, though. Gotta give Excalibur a -1 that I gave him the +1 earlier. Omega said that it was a little over a year ago that he found out that he had diverticulitis and had to have 2 feet of his intestines removed. As the doctor said, he would have been dead had he delayed any longer checking himself into the hospital. Omega asked the doctor how long recovery is, but was told he'd be lucky to return to his normal way of life, let alone getting back into the ring. Omega said that he pushed things too far and found himself in the hospital 4 times for 4 more weeks and questioned if he could still do this. Omega said that there was a time he thought giving up was the safest option, but once considered what purpose would he have on the planet without the fans with him. A few days ago, he tested his theory in Tokyo, Japan, just like he found his purpose here tonight. If Omega isn't in the ring giving fans everything he has every single week, then he's not living. Even though he's not the same guy, the new version, the one not worried about money, not worried about power, not worried about revenge, Kenny Omega can still prove he has what it takes. But he is interrupted by the music of Don Callis. Oh my God, this video wall. This video wall made me even better than the fucking Last Supper picture. It just looks like, oh my God. Don Callis music hits. He slowly walks out to huge boos from the Tennessee crowd. Callis got off about 2 words. Omega is checking behind him. He's looking all around to see if the family is gonna attack him from behind. But as soon as he sees it's only Don, He bolts at Don. I love this part. He bolted at Don like, nah, it's on site. It's on site. You don't have your boys with you?
What happened to no revenge? You just said it.
He did. He lied. Brian Cage and Lance Archer, the Murder Machines, ran out and attacked Kenny, dragging Omega back to the ring as Omega attempted to fight back, but then Kyle Fletcher hit the ring as well to make it 3-on-1. Fletcher and Archer held Omega as Cage delivered a right hand punch to his stomach, right into where his intestines would have been. Cage looks like he's setting up Omega for a big power bomb when Will Ospreay runs out with a steel chair. He takes out Archer. He then chases off Fletcher and Cage. The Don Callis family retreats. Ospreay is left in the ring with Kenny Omega, who he looks like he's about to hit him with the steel chair, but then he tosses the chair aside. Him and Omega have a stare down that has the people on their feet. Big holy shit chance for this stare down. And we're told that it's official. Next week on Dynamite, Kenny Omega will return to the ring. He will have his first match back in over a year, going one-on-one with Brian Cage. Ospreay makes his way to the back as Omega was left in the ring. He did go on to cut a promo that is up on AEW's YouTube channel where he talked about, he wasn't quite ready to get physical like that tonight, but he's going to be ready next week when he goes one-on-one with Brian Cage.
Boy.
What did you think about the closing segment here with Kenny Omega, the promo, Don Callis interruption, the Don Callis family, and everything in between, and the stare down with Ospreay?
Good promo from the heart. He's pretty good at those. He comes across as maybe a little too much, the most regular fucking guy to ever exist, which is nice for what the promo's going for. Not sure how that fits in with his when he presented like Roman, but sure, we'll go with that. Don Callis. I like the charging at Don Callis, even though you just fucking said you don't care about revenge. These two things don't really go together, but sure, we'll go with that. Here comes Brian Cage, Lance Archer, and Kyle Fletcher. How do I say this nicely? You're not helping your own cause, sir. What the fuck are we doing with these bums? No disrespect. Well, we'll say they were just setting up the Ospreay thing. Sure. Him and Ospreay is interesting at the very least. Overall, I'd grade this like a C+. I'm a little annoyed. I ain't gonna hold you. This is not what I wanted for Kenny Omega. First day back. Yawn.
I like it. I liked it because I think that it might set up Omega and Ospreay teaming up against the Callis family, which give me this. I'd be down for this at Grand Slam. Omega and Ospreay versus Takeshita and Fletcher. I'd be down for that. But I think they'll probably do at Grand Slam probably Fletcher versus Omega or something like that.
What the
They're
fuck?
gonna have him get some wins before he goes for the world title.
Oh, Kyle Fletcher? What do you mean? These motherfuckers. Not be nice. Fletcher wins a lot of these matches. Well, I'll just say that. I'm not entirely sure putting him and Omega in there necessarily leads to a Fletcher loss. I'm not sure about that. You
think Fletcher goes over Omega?
I don't think they have the match.
Okay. Who do you think Fletcher? I think Fletcher's gonna have a big match at Grand Slam.
Fucking why?
Because it's Australia.
12 people there. Who cares? You gotta get the Australian guy. Why? Fine. He can beat who has the belt? Garcia has the belt. He can beat Garcia for the belt. Sure. I'm so annoyed. I just want to enjoy Kenny Omega, and I'm dealing with Kyle Fletcher. Why am I put in this situation?
Oh God! This guy can't enjoy it. He can't enjoy Kenny Omega because Kyle Fletcher's here.
I can't enjoy Kenny Omega because you already defined him downward.
How do you define him down? How?
Because he's dealing with listen, I like Don Callis. You know this more than I should. Here we go. The Don Callis family. This is not biggest star in the company shit here. This is all-star level upper mid-card shit I'm dealing with. What is this?
I don't agree.
Of course you do. Of course you
I
do.
don't.
Brian Cage and Lance Archer. Oh, that's high level shit here. Austin versus the Acolytes. Are you fucking serious? What are you talking about? Oh, I like to catch them, but yeah, we won here. So I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah, that's what that's what I think this is gonna lead to. They see him mixing it up with Takeshi again, which I'm all for. We got Big Man Dogs. He says Kenny was like, I want to be presented like Roman Reigns, and Tony said you're having a banger with Brian Cage next week.
Insanity on free TV. First match back in AEW at least. What the fuck? Maybe next time you fucking lose your intestines, you'll get the big push you want. What the fuck? What do I have to do? I get to place my heart, my soul, my blood, my tears, and my intestines, and it's still not enough. Oh well. That's what you get for being nice. Throw some muscle around here. Mox knows what he's doing. Edge knows what he's doing. Throw some fucking weight around. You're Kenny Omega. You're actually a draw. Unlike these two bums. Come on, man. I'm so annoyed.
Oh my god. Oh, we got Project Finisher says, and realistically, Konosuke has beat Omega and has been on a roll. We also got Big Man Dogs who calls them the Mega Powers, Omega and Ospreay.
Listen, that could be fun. Eventually. Just not now.
What did you want for Omega's return here? What did you want? What did you want him to feud?
I didn't want him to come back this early, to be honest with you. I wanted that to be when we're ready to do Omega Moxley. That'd been the first thing I had him do. First thing he does is confront John Moxley for ruining his company. Company that I built quite literally, and you've tore down in 12 fucking seconds, both literally and ratings wise. Thank you. I fucking appreciate it. But now I'm back to fix this horse shit. I don't want to deal with, I'm so annoyed. When I become such a big Kenny Omega fan, I don't know, but I wanted more. I wanted more from this. Now listen, it's better than Jack.
It was Ospreay. It was either Ospreay or Ospreay and Omega, which really put it over the top because you really enjoyed his title run in 2020.
I enjoyed his title run. I enjoyed the Ospreay matches; those were fantastic. And then when he said, "I'll tell you what it was," I liked him as a person. When he said, "Sometimes niggas got to fight it out," I went, "This is the guy for me. This is the guy for me." Sometimes
me and him.
Sometimes you just got to swing and things be better after that. I'm with you. Thank you, sir.
Squabble up. and then he further cemented it when he said that he doesn't care about Dave Meltzer 5-star ratings.
Right. Dave doesn't know. I broke Dave's brain. He doesn't know what he's doing. Thank you. Yes. I've been saying that. Yes.
Oh man, so there we go. There you have it. But let us know in the chat what you thought overall about last night's show. What did you give the show 0 to 10? Whether you give the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. What was your MVP? Who was your MVP, your LVP, your match of the night? And for me and Jimmy, for the January 8th, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give this show?
I'm going to go with an 8. I was actually leaning 8.5 by the time the show went over, but going over it, not quite as strong. I'm going to go with an 8.
I'm going to go with an 8.5. I really enjoyed this show. I thought it was a really strong show, and it was a more balanced show. Because usually we get the shows that rely too heavily on talking segments and not enough wrestling, or we get a show that's entirely wrestling and not enough promo work. I felt like there was a good balance on this show. This was a very, like Big Man Dodge just said, it was a very fun episode. It was a very enjoyable episode of wrestling television last night. Who was your MVP for the show, Jimmy?
I saw Ian Riccaboni. That says, why am I higher than everybody here? And you're higher than me. I was gonna go with Ian. I wasn't gonna go with Ian. That's a good choice. I gotta go with Hobbs. I mean, I kind of have to. I mean, it is what it is.
I'm going to go with Powerhouse Hobbs as well. LVP for the show, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with John Moxley.
Wow. Yeah.
He's not. When I'm having contemplations that Wheeler Yuta is more over in John Moxley's own group than John Moxley, like, yeah, there's an issue. Like Wheeler Yuta deserves some honorable mention for how good he was in that Casino Gauntlet.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to go. I got to go with Moxley. When the music hit, I was just kind of like, oh, like, sure, here we go. Yeah, it's just a downer. Oh yeah, Edge was had a decent promo though, so I can't give it to Edge.
Yeah. At least Cope was at least decent. Like I did, like when go back and watch that show. When Wheeler Yuta comes out and they see it's Wheeler Yuta, they boo. When they hear the drone music and then it goes into the Moxley Death Rider music, they were like, like they didn't even react. Fucking no heat for how is Wheeler the only one? Like Wheeler, when he's with you, he gets no heat. When he's without you, he gets heat. Like what the fuck is going on?
Holy shit! Fumbled again. Oh well.
Ian Riccaboni deserves an honorable mention for his job. He said Ian's his honorable mention because if he didn't elevate the other two, he dragged their ass behind. Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna get this ball in the end zone. I don't care if I have to drag y'all with me.
I'm so happy. Like, I can't believe that fucking how lucky we are. No Taz and no Shivani. And Ian as the replacement. Let's go.
And then what was your match of the night, Jimmy?
Cares? Fucking matches. Sick of you guys and your bias towards matches. But if I had to pick one, I guess it'd be the Casino, whatever. Yes, there's two sides to wrestling. You always pick the least important side. Fucking goofy ass matches. It'd probably be the Casino. If I'm forced to take a spot.
I'm gonna say Ospreay and Buddy. What was your moment of the night?
The angle of the night? The promo of the night?
Angle, moment, it's moment of the night. You can put moment.
The more important part of wrestling?
Angle, promo, those are all moments.
I'm with you. The most important part. I'm with you. Hogan, Austin, Rock, Cena, Roman. Gives a fuck about they all have different levels of matches. Who gives a fuck?
Do you answer the question?
All that. It's about the star power, the promos, the charisma.
Then why didn't you like Raw on Netflix? Why you ain't like Raw on Netflix?
Because they didn't have any of that. They didn't have any promos, any charisma, any nothing. The Rock and Triple H out there boring everybody. What's not the heel know there? I'm gonna go with Hurt Business and Private Party. Isaiah really sold it for me. I'm here for it. I got you.
I'm gonna go with MJF and Jeff Jarrett. I really enjoyed that. This is the most I've enjoyed Max's character in weeks. Because I was just like, yeah, this makes totally sense. This makes total sense with the I get it. I enjoyed that. So
Harley was great too,
yeah, Harley was really good. So yeah, there was some options this week. But that brings us to an end on another edition of AEWramble. We appreciate y'all for joining us live. A lot of y'all joined us throughout the show. If you haven't already, drop the thumbs up on the video. You could share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. We'll have another THH cut dropping tomorrow. We also got our flagship podcast at 11:05 a.m. Eastern time. Join us live. Myself, Miss Chrissy Love will be back. The True Draw Josh will be talking about this week in wrestling, including Raw on Netflix, New Year's Evil, Dynamite, and all the news from this week as well, including Malakai Black's apparent exit from AEW. We'll also be talking about all the fallout from Raw on Netflix, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and everything in between. So join us live on Saturday, 11:05 a.m. Eastern time. Jimmy, let everybody know where they can follow you on social media when they shall see you again.
Twitter at Jimmy Macram. By the way, Shawn Michaels, you can't put the belt on Stephanie. It's in conflict with can't be two women's titles too close to each other. It's too close. You can't put it on Stephanie. Sorry. The rules.
I think he's gonna put the North American title on there.
Yeah, you can't. You cannot.
Why not?
They're too close together, Stephanie and Julia. They're too close together. It's like putting the world title on Austin and putting the fucking Intercontinental title on The Rock. You can do that when they're fucking not the same, but now they're the same. You can't put them. It's too close. It's too close. You're fucking with the ecology of the universe. And on YouTube, or I don't know, for example, Ospreay and Swerve.
Hey, he crowned Obafemi though. I told you, Nathan. I told you. I said he was gonna be NXT champion before you leave.
Yeah, so sad. I'm happy and sad at the same time. Whatever.
They gotta push Cody. You know, you gotta have The Rock little brother him. You know, that's how we push him.
Call him over, please. He should lose it at WrestleMania, the WrestleMania weekend, and then get called up. Then he beats Gunther, and then beats Cody. And he combines the titles, obviously. Please and thank you. Then he goes to AEW, takes those belts. All right, it's enough. So happy. Fantastic.
Absolutely. Yes, we'll be talking about that on Saturday, so join us for that. Follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month. Get you exclusive content, the best place to support us when we are not live here. Like I said, you'll see me on Saturday live with you. We'll have a THH cut tomorrow. Join me over on the Fightful main channel tonight following Ring of Honor. I'll be with Kate talking about this week's show as well as anything else you guys want to discuss. I'll be on Sportskeeda Wrestle Binge tomorrow following SmackDown with Dutch Mantel to review that show. Another 3-hour SmackDown. Yay. But for Jimmy Macram.
Let's go.
Best part of last week's show. For Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 180, Assassin versus God. We are signing off until next time.